And now, live from the Steel Twins recording studio in beautiful Traverse City, Michigan, it's your boys, the Cannonball, the Cannon, the Steel Twins. What is up, everybody? It's Saturday night, and it's a special edition of voice acting. Maddie, thanks so much for liking the stream, because she knows what time it is.
It's voice acting night, baby.
And joining us tonight, we have Misty Jin in the upper right-hand corner, as always. Yep, and the newest member of our troupe, say hello to Madison. Madison, Madison, can you just tell us a little bit about yourself? What experience do you have, or just what brings you to the table here?
Okay, well, I have a theater degree from the illustrious North Carolina Agricultural and Technical State University. I have just recently been doing film and a little voice work on the side, so I'm ready to have some fun.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So she sent. It's okay if we mention your IMDb profile.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, she sent us our IMDb profile, and she does have a couple of independent films under her belt. So we have some real acting chops with this. So between Carlos, Misty, and Madison, I think we're going to be pretty well in hand. But if you are still interested, kids, it's not too late. You can still send us messages. We'll still have you. We'll still consider you. We'll still do auditions, whatever, for any project that we have, not just this one. But, it's still wide open, Feel free to DM the page and feel free, to ask any questions you may have.
And if I could share something real quick, I'm also going to root around some of my local people in person, whether it be my friends or my coworkers or anybody else we ran into that may be interested in this as well.
Yep.
Maybe able to invite them to our house and look who hey, Alex, thanks for liking the stream, brother.
Alex Pulowski, yep, our two biggest fans. They tune in every single stream. Well, we love them so much.
Yes. Back to the locals for a minute. I do have one particular friend who works with me at the airport, and this person is more than excited to be at my house one day.
Yeah, and to help us with our work, our
voice acting. Yes.
So so things are starting to cook here in the channel. So our friend Keyblade Sonic is running a little bit behind, but he did say he will be joining us. So. It's possible that he's probably just getting wrapped up with whatever things he has now. Take your time, my friend. If you happen to be listening to this, take your time. We'll leave the light on for you as the Motel 6 commercial is. That is the Super 8. But let's get one last piece of business out of the way before we get started. As always, fans, if you have a cap to your bottle or a pin to your drink, you go ahead and pull that pin back or twist that cap off. Thanks, Maddie. You look marvelous yourself. Hey, package, what time is it?
It's time to get bombed.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers, mate.
Sweet caffeine.
Yeah, buddy. Very cherry, black cherry vanilla, and purple haze. You can't beat that.
Yeah, purple haze is all up in my brain.
Let's go. All right, what are we waiting for?
Let's get this show on the road.
All right, everybody, let's roll. So it looks like we got 5 viewers. Not sure who. I know 2 of them, but hey,
I think that might be our Facebook thing. But you know what? The more the merrier.
Yeah, absolutely, more the merrier.
Health warning.
Yes, of course.
And some of the contents are preserved as initially released. Shout out to Turnabout Corner. So, we open the doors to the coda room. We're going to go ahead and load the game. So, here is the next leg, and possibly the last leg if we do well enough. In episode 3, Turnabout Serenade.
Time to earn your bread, Justice.
Indeed.
Okay, so here we are. Just after the trial.
Yep.
We're at July 9th, 2:12 p.m. Write Anything Agency.
So, kids, real quick, just to catch everybody up. So, Romain LeTouse, Romain Lettuce, get it? A manager for a popular singer has been murdered, but it turns out during this last trial, he was actually an Interpol agent. Ooh. And Machi Tobaye, the singer's partner and pianist, is the prime suspect. But another suspect has been named, and it's one of the other detectives that's working the case. Intrigue, suspense, drama, and some comedy. Let's get at it. I think we're going to go ahead and give Misty can be Trucy.
You got it.
Yep.
Hey, Apollo.
What?
Well, actually nothing. I mean, something, or maybe not.
Out with it! The suspense is giving me an ulcer!
Well, the trial today, I was thinking, if you gave it a score, what would you give it?
Score? Gee. I guess I would, or maybe, well, I'm just as bad as you.
See? So vague.
Clearly. Machi avoided a guilty verdict, which is something. Though I can't say I'm any less confused about the case.
you and all of us together.
I asked Inspo about that number. I'm sure you'll find their answer intriguing. IPXX 314206. The agent registered under this number was Romain LeTouse. And the victim, Mr. LeTouse, who would have guessed he was actually an undercover Interpol agent?
I didn't have that on my bingo card.
Me neither. What a mess. And we don't have any idea what he was investigating.
Well, true. But we know who shot it now. The mirror told the whole court.
Wait. That voice, just now. It was him. I'm sure of it. That voice I heard talking to Mr. LeTouse. When I heard the gunshots fired, it was him. It was Mr. Darayn.
Yeah, so I'm going to press the button and the words will come up on the screen, but it's good to have the transcript ready for whenever you need it. So, okay, cool.
It's another mystery, Apollo. And I love mysteries.
I don't. Speaking of mysteries, what's Mr. Wright up to? I wouldn't mind asking his opinion.
Now that you mention it, I haven't seen Daddy around.
What? Is he some kind of stray that just wanders in and out at will?
He kind of looks like one.
I wouldn't say that, but has been going out a lot. Some top secret mission, he said.
Huh?
Top secret?
Anyway, you can't just rely on him to save the day. And you've got me to help you. We'll be fine.
Fine. Right. Well, time's a wasting, as they say. Let's investigate.
That's the spirit.
All right, talk to her.
So what kind of ideas? Okay, it says so.
Darian did it. Lamoirir dropped a bomb in court today. It was Darian.
Lamoirir said she's never forgotten a voice, right? That's so cool.
I guess.
What's that called again? Gavinners? I bet that's what they're called.
Somehow, I don't think that means what you think it means.
I wonder if she's just stuck in carnival mode.
And she has to be wrong this time.
Wrong? Why?
Scott Ryan has entered the chat. It was him. It was Mojo Jojo.
Dirty stuff.
Who the heck is that?
We apologize ahead of time.
That's just our good-natured friend.
I mean, look! Those gunshots were right during the concert!
That's right. It was burning up the dance floor at the time.
Right. Did you happen to look up on stage? Maybe at Darayn even?
You bet I did. He is one of the Gavinners, Taurus after all. He's so cool.
Gavinners.
Ah, but see, if she saw Darayn on the stage, how do you account for the fact that, anyway.
Oh.
Right. All the Gavinners have a rock-solid alibi. He couldn't have shot Mr. LeTouse backstage.
Doesn't mean he didn't talk to him. Good-natured. Since when? Oh shit, she's a groupie. Oh man.
But Lamoirir heard him, didn't she? She heard Darayn backstage, right?
Somebody's either wrong or lying very badly here. Agent LeTouse.
That's weird.
An Interpol agent.
I was wondering, what is Interpol anyway?
Huh? Interpol? They're the guys who catch international criminals.
Why can't they just call them International Police instead of making up some silly name?
Yeah. Anyway, you think he was investigating Lamoirir?
What? Why would anyone do that? She's not a criminal. She couldn't be.
Don't be fooled by appearances is all I'm saying.
But remember, I'm a magician, Apollo. I can spot a palm coin at 50 paces.
If only it were that easy. In any case, we know he was working on something.
I wonder if it was something that has something to do with something.
That's a lot of something.
That's something being our case. The last something, I mean.
Something like that. Frankly, the whole thing is making my head hurt.
Yeah, ours too.
What was Mr. LeTouse up to? Trucy, was that another one of your tricks?
It wasn't me. I can't even make Mr. Hat laugh like that.
I'll probably pick up the other guy, if that's who I think it is. Yep. Ha-ha! Wherever the mundane gives way to miracles, a word is whispered. Gramray! Trucy?
Technical issues?
No, that's no
The
fine.
other day,
Whoa!
Who's there?
we didn't just imagine that, did we?
He was wearing a silk hat. Friend of yours?
Hardly.
We meet again!
Nice to meet you. Who are you? And could you please stop smirking like that?
It's you, Uncle Valen.
Uncle?
What? Uncle Valent? He's your uncle?
No, silly. It's the great Grandmere, Valen Grandmere. Grand Magician.
Gramrai.
Gramrai. Yes, it is I, the great Valiant Gramrai, as seen on television.
And could you please stop smirking like that?
It's been a while, Miss Trucy. 7 years, to be exact. My, how you've grown.
Good to see you again, Uncle Valen. You look exactly the same.
I hate to intrude, but what is a great magician doing paying us a visit?
I believe it was you who wished to see me. So be quick with your questions. And do not quail, quake, or quiver. I am quite tame. Though my father may see the sight, I'm quite down to earth when need calls.
He does have a certain aura to him, it's true.
Let's ask him about the case, Apollo.
His aura sure isn't lost on a magician in the making. She's practically drooling with enthusiasm.
Phrasing.
After all, Uncle Valen's one of Daddy's best friends. I call him Uncle.
How the heck does he know Phoenix Wright? Huh? Wait a minute.
Now
Okay.
hold it. What? Daddy, you mean Mr. Wright?
No, I mean my real daddy.
What? Wait a
Oh, I did not see this coming. What?
What? Trucy's real father?
Oh my God! Wow, I thought this was gonna be like a carpet swipe under the feet deal. Wow, what the hell, Troop Gramrai?
Let's hear more about this.
Wait, Paulo. Don't tell me you don't know about the Troop Grammari.
Troop Grammari? Huh? No. But it does sound kind of familiar.
Oh, lost life, lamentably listless lad. Don't know the greatest troop of magicians on the planet.
Valiant Grammari. The name began to surface in my mind. It was a name I'd heard on television as a child.
I bet you've heard the name. He made a cruise ship disappear and blew up an amusement park.
What? What? Is that Trucy's real father, or is that
He made
another
all
name?
his gold disappear from the face.
Jeez. We're gonna have to read these quotes back. Hang on. But
Good. Oh, she's got that backstage laminate. Let's read those to ourselves.
50 pace. We can read this one. 50 paces.
didn't come
The
out?
heck is this? A spaghetti western? Trainer for Curious George. Well, he does have the yellow robe there. So, Scott, forgive us if we can't catch up on the quotes, but they're coming fast and furious.
An escape from a high security prison.
You said he is a magician?
I open the locks to hearts chained by mediocrity. This is the true miracle of Troop Grammari.
Wait,
Grammari, I guess.
I do remember seeing you on television a long time ago. Weren't you with someone else? Like a duo?
Duo.
Yeah, you had a partner. Something Grammari.
Yes, Zach Grammari, a masterful maker of magic, a capable crafter of shining showmanship. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Why is everyone so quiet?
Oh. Daddy.
Daddy? Huh? Oh, no way!
I think we just found out who the real dad is.
Oh, boy. Trucy's father.
Oh, man. Okay. Once upon a time, Troop Grammari included two grand magicians. Myself, Valiant Grammari, and my partner, Zach Grammari.
And this Zach was...
He was my real daddy.
Oh.
There we go. Wow. I really expected that this was just going to be like a surprise, but I guess it still is.
Trucy's father, a magician. I guess it makes sense. I had no idea.
There wasn't much point in talking about it. Not now that he's gone.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I'm not lonely. I've got my daddy after all. And you make me laugh, Apollo.
Glad that I'm good for comic relief, at least.
Not that I see daddy around much these days.
I feel like Grammari is a lot to pronounce. Let's just call him the Great Graham Cracker. I feel like it's easier. Maybe. I've been remiss in remembering my reasons for my visit.
Reasons?
Two, in fact. The first being, of course, to see you, Miss Trucy.
You don't know how happy I am to see you again, Uncle Valiant.
I'm sure you are.
Not one for modesty, are you?
When I encountered you at the Coliseum, the first time in 7 years, I could fain not contain my emotions. I wept oceans. And to learn you now defend that poor pianist, that blinded boy. 'Twas a hot topic of talk amongst the staff, you know. And defend him you did.
Well, that wasn't all my doing.
I'm his defense attorney, actually.
My other reason for coming here today was this.
Uh-oh.
What's a videotape?
Oh boy, I'm here for... So, I'm here. Oh, Josh Dickerson has entered the chat.
Josh, how's it going, bud?
Not much from us. He was his first clue. The massive yellow suit, the ridiculous mustache.
Oh God.
Hey, that's fine. Huh. Quite so. A recording of the concert, no less. I've brought it for you. I've brought it for you, Chusey, on behalf of Troop Granrai. Will you watch it?
This has to be that. Okay. Oh, it's that.
Sugar.
Yes.
Sugar.
Go ahead.
Oh, that night in your embrace, when you stole away.
Just wait till the words come up on the screen. But I'm sorry. Oh, can you do that? That's okay.
When you stole away the keys, my heart held on to so tight. It's supposed to be a song.
Yeah, kind of, but I mean, you don't have to sing it. It's no big deal. Josh and I have shown up to cause a ruckus.
Pleasure, but a fleeting melody. It wraps itself around me. And now, through the air I fly.
Notice how the guy's guitar is like starting to light up on the inside.
Whoa, whoa. Burning in on my heart fire. Burn my love away, all away.
So yeah, did you say
Like
truth,
a bullet.
Ramrod?
Like a bullet of love, fire. Take my life away, all away.
Will join the chat too.
Guitar.
What kind of concert is?
Together to the sky.
Sorry.
That's okay. Great job. So what the heck kind of concert is this? Well,
First of all, buddy. Will Waters in the house.
no shot bot TV. So okay.
Welcome. Wow. It's almost as good as it was live. So, what's the word? Mysterious.
There are more mysterious things in her song going on. Way more mysterious. This Valen Granrai has good reasons to be here today. But I wonder what his reasons were to be at that concert.
Videotape received from Valent.
Yep, tape recording up. All right, well, where we go? What are we doing now?
Well, can we just take a look at this thing again?
It's the no need.
So next section, he stole away the keys to my heart. So we're coming up, all right? Hold on. Can we pause it?
No,
So-
you can't. It looks like.
So, because he's off to the right, right? I
Yeah.
see him.
Who? Clavier?
No,
Oh, the left. Machi.
and Darayn.
Darayn.
So yeah, he could easily have slipped away during the concert. But then again, he was shot during the third act.
Right.
The victim was shot during the third act. So we're just going to have story mode tell us what we're going to do. So
Looks like we're giving him the tape.
I guess, or have him talk about it.
So I was wondering, that stunt in the middle of the song there.
I didn't see a stunt.
What about Lamoirir vanishing and reappearing?
Oh, that? I guess I'm so used to seeing that happen, I didn't even notice.
Oh, come on. Whoever the young lady is just doing the voices for the record did a great job on the accent. Great.
Yes, Madison, wonderful job so far, man. Keep going.
Thank you.
So
Anyway.
I'll keep the chat open.
So young to be so jaded.
A simple sleight of hand, a petite prestidigitation. A monochrome of magic for me, to you.
So that's why you were at the concert.
Yes, I was there to watch my trick take to the air.
So you're the one who knows how it was all done.
Of course, I am like a deity, with the stage as my domain. I suffer no mystery upon these floodlit boards, not grasped tightly twixt my fingers. It is a potent, primeval power I possess.
Well, do you think you could tell me how it was done?
Oh, that's just like telling a wrestler.
No,
you don't pull the curtain back like this. It's kayfabe, brother.
No.
Hey now.
Trucy?
That's like totally against the rules, Apollo.
She's got a point. She's out of line, but she's right.
Not during a murder investigation, it's not. Does that guy just have a cane with him so that he can twirl it, like at least make flowers pop out of the end of it?
He may very well do that. My non, for my illusions are mine alone, monsieur. Also
what?
Recall that the terrible occurrence happened later, well after my illusion entranced the audience.
Oh.
Don't even ask. I won't answer.
Too bad for you, Apollo.
Whose side are you on?
I, Valant Glamray, now make my leave, Miss Trucy.
There's no need to rush, Uncle Valant. We should stay a while.
I'm afraid I cannot. I may not. I shall not. I have been asked to assist with an analysis, and so I shall slink back to the scene.
So, you'll be at the concert venue today?
Correct. If you would call on me, come to the Coliseum. See you later, Crocodile. Oh, come on, man.
With the whirl of his cloak and a wink of his eye, he turned and walked out through the door. Normally.
Amazing. Oh, there you go, Apollo. Let's get cracking.
You heard the lady.
Let's do it.
Da-da-da-da-da. Charge!
Yeah, total villain.
Right.
It could be. We don't know, but it's definitely he's definitely got the stash for it.
Right. Valant Glamray. I've got a few more things to ask him. Foremost among them, that bit of magic that made Lamoirir disappear. And how he knows Trucy and her real father.
Oh, that's the bigger mystery.
Yeah.
Yeah. See you later, Crocodile. That in itself makes me mad.
Scotty's right. Poor dad like that evil.
Yeah.
All right.
Evil.
All right, we're at the detention center now. July 9th.
Detention center. Visitors room.
Okay. Machi may not be guilty, but he's still a suspect.
But they don't have any decisive evidence.
Yeah, but only someone as small as him could have gotten out of that room.
Wait. The air vent.
And he lied.
Lied?
Twirl that stash. Yeah, well, Machi Tobaye can see.
Yeah, the word detention still gives me body shivers.
Yeah. Whatever that is.
Whatever that is. Okay.
Machi.
Speak of the devil.
Phrasing.
Oh, boy.
He's no devil.
He looks like he's doing okay.
I forget. Why did we come here? It's not like we could talk to him or anything.
Words are overrated.
In school suspension.
Feelings
Oh,
are
boy.
what matter, Apollo.
It's kind of hard to build a court case on feelings.
We'll wait to read comments after we're done with
Sorry.
yeah. Oh Lord, now we're gonna ask the blind lady what she saw.
Oh, boy.
Because Scott, in the last episode, there's a woman, and we thought that she was okay to see, but turns out she is in fact blind. All right.
But since we're here anyway, might as well get what I want to say off my chest.
If you need someone to complain to, I'll listen.
I think she's actually worried for me.
He probably just wants to ask him, did you do it?
I tried today.
So, what did you think of the trial today?
Nothing to say.
Oof. I'm glad he doesn't understand English after all. If he did, he would have been scared out of his mind by that trial.
Hey, all's well that ends well. You have to be more goal-oriented. If he's innocent, we win.
No, if he's found not guilty, we win.
Machi might not
understand English, but I bet he gets that way better than you do.
Huh?
Wow, his bracelet. Why did his bracelet start to go crazy?
I'm glad Lamoirir testified. What a great person. He even got Machi off the hook by naming another suspect.
Darayn of the Gavinners, the detective. I wonder if Machi knows what happened. I mean, if he could follow how the trial went at all, if no one told him there's this new suspect, how would he know? Hey!
What is it, Apollo?
No, it's nothing.
No, it's his bracelet.
I must be imagining it.
Imagining what, Apollo?
It's just, I couldn't help but feel that, I don't know, Machi, he doesn't understand what we're saying, right?
How could he? He's a young Virginian. He doesn't speak English.
Yeah, but my bracelet is reacting to him.
Huh? Maybe it's malfunctioning? Or it's scared because you keep making those I'm so mad faces.
Was I that bad? Machi lied about not being able to see. But what if that's not all he lied about?
If you're curious about it, there's only one thing to do. You should ask him.
I think it'll take something big to get to him. Some kind of undeniable evidence. We'll be back, Machi. Alright, what is story telling us?
So, okay. So I guess we're not gonna. So we're gonna be back, just like we said.
Yeah, we got to pick up some evidence before we can get on with that testimony. I think we're going to the Coliseum.
Sunshine Coliseum.
July 9th, Sunshine Coliseum.
Woo! What a great day. It's perfect weather for sleuthing.
The weatherman is for investigation?
Don't some days just feel like magic days or defense days?
Sure. Let's get started, shall we?
Right on. Show us your stuff, Apollo.
What stuff?
Your voice training. This is the perfect place for it.
I did enough at home, thanks.
Aw, there's no need to be shy. Keep that up and you'll never make it on the big stage.
I'm happy in the courtroom, thank you. I am a lawyer.
And you're in luck, because it's lawyer weather today. Don't you just want to face that blue sky and shout, "Objection!"
Look, the weather has nothing to do with lawyers. Let's get going already. All right, my brothers and sisters, I'm gaming. Gotta cook a big batch of biscuits and gravy. Kick the ass and solve all the crimes. After dinner, have to save the universe from Sephiroth. Much love. All right.
Much love, Josh.
Thanks, Josh. For
Show us your stuff. No need to be shy.
Phrasing. Good call, Scott.
So backstage hallway. I'm pretty sure that's where we're going next.
Now, what is it about that earpiece that was left?
We saw that on the floor last episode.
Anyway, backstage hallway.
Here we go.
Ah, Mr. Attorney.
Lamoirir! I'm sorry about today.
There is nothing you need to apologize for. You are merely defending Machi.
Are you okay? Alone, I mean.
Humans are blessed with the five senses. Evan robbed me of one. We get by. Though it does make being a witness much rather difficult.
Speaking of seeing, you knew who we were before we spotted you just now. And we weren't even talking.
I hear your footsteps several times the day before.
Oh. You must have great ears.
Ears that heard the crime taking place. Or so she claimed yesterday. But how? Well, let's talk to her.
The voice.
That was quite a statement you made today in court. About hearing Darayn Crescend's voice at the scene of the crime.
I did not know his name. But I never forget a voice. Wait.
Lamoirir, is something the matter?
That voice just now. It was him. I'm sure of it.
No way!
As I said in court, I was on my way backstage from the stage. That is when I heard this voice.
I'm guessing Darayn and Mr. LeTouse were talking about something?
Oops. Oh, it's all good.
Yep. We're all good.
The next moment, I heard those gunshots.
Why didn't you call security?
To be honest, I thought it was the noise. It was quite frightening.
Though the noise was quite frightening, but yeah,
That's
fine.
okay.
Although I never imagined the real gunshot, the gunshots might be real. And I was in quite a hurry myself.
I wonder why.
I left the scene at once.
So it really was Darian's voice that she heard.
Yeah. At least she certainly thinks it was.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah.
Machi.
So there's no doubt.
I met Machi before my debut as Lamoirir. I was singing in a restaurant in Borgania.
Virginia.
That's fine.
And he was playing the piano?
Yes. He was very kind to me when he learned I could not see.
Is that when you started playing opposites? With Machi pretending he couldn't see?
No. It wasn't then. That began after our major debut. After I became known as the landscape painter in sound.
It must have been tough for Machi. Pretending you couldn't see and all the while acting as your eyes.
We held hands always. He would write with his finger on my palm to signal me to two things I should know. He is smart, gentle boy.
I think I see what she's getting at. Machi would never harm a soul. And Mr. LeTouse. About Mr. LeTouse.
Ah, yes. He was an Interpol agent, I hear.
So, you had no idea?
Of course not. No one did.
I guess that's what it means to go be undercover.
But someone was after him. They had to know who he really was.
Why did he pose as my manager? I do not understand.
You have no idea?
No, I can only assume that he was investigating me. But why?
What makes you think that?
Perhaps it is not so, but I cannot deny the possibility. Please, because of my condition. As my present is veiled in darkness, so too is my past clouded from memory.
Clouded. Right.
Darkness. Yeah.
Whoa.
So there's more than just her blindness to contend with.
The darkness that I fear is not the darkness that I see whenever I open my eyes. Bless you.
Thank you.
The real darkness lies in my heart.
In your heart?
I have no memory of the time before I came Liam.
It's fine.
Yes.
We've been pronouncing it Lamoirir.
Lamoirir. I don't know why.
That's fine. I mean, it's a hard word to pronounce. It's perfectly fine.
Lamoirir. I woke up from the darkness into darkness, you may say. I was singing in a restaurant in those days.
What was it that she said about not being able to remember the light?
I do not know my past. Perhaps I committed some terrible crime in my past. Everything before coming...
It's okay.
You say her name again?
Lamoirir.
Lamoirir. Everything before coming Lamoirir is lost to me.
But I don't think you'd...
I can't think of no other explanation. Why else would an agent of Interpol approach me?
Do you think your past might be related to this case?
No way. Seems really unlikely to me. I mean, you're such a sweet person, Lamoirir.
Thank you. Machi too tells me often when I fear when I fear who I might have been.
Okay, so
That's good.
that's all there. But
All right,
now let's examine this earpiece here, because it's sitting here on the floor.
That's been lying there since the day before yesterday.
It's small. Maybe no one's noticed it.
I kind of want to pick it up. Make a cool souvenir, don't you think?
It does stick out in my mind for some reason.
Yeah, so can we grab it though?
No.
Whatever. We're gonna present her with
The footage.
the footage.
We took a look at your performance again. It was even better the second time.
Thank you.
That reminds me. That was an incredible illusion you pulled off.
Illusion?
When you teleported from one stage to the other, remember?
Yes. Apparently they hired a professional magician.
Valent grammar eye. I was wondering, do you think you could tell us how it was done?
I'm afraid I cannot. Mr. Grammar made me swear to never tell us all.
Great job on that pronunciation.
I was afraid of that.
Hard to be a magician if you can't keep a secret, you know.
I am reminded that I wish to speak to you about something.
Yes?
When I was walking this hallway before, I stumbled upon a small device of some kind. It was lying on the floor.
Device? Maybe you mean this?
That's been lying there since the day before yesterday.
Might I touch it? I thought as much.
What? What did you think?
This is one of our headsets. Everyone on staff wears one during the concert.
I wonder whose this is.
We use it for communication. It would be quite inconvenient should it go missing.
We'll hold on to it for you then. We'll give it to Prosecutor Gavin when we see him.
Yes, that is best. Thank you.
So, can I put it on?
Headset, attach a Trucy.
Receiver, transmitter for voice signals. All concert staff wore one.
Attach? Not some kind of robot Apollo.
Everyone on staff was wearing one of these headsets. This might warrant some further inquiry.
All right.
Darkness.
Can I ask you about this headset, Lamoirir? You said that all concert staff were wearing one.
Yes, that's correct. You need them to communicate across the large stage. Everyone on staff has one, of course. And all of the band members do too, I should think.
So, Prosecutor Gavin and his lackeys had them on too, then?
They were quite helpful, though limited. They only worked within 30 feet or so.
After all. We couldn't hear you, but we'll just say, hang on. That's right. I'll finish this line. After all, they're only for use on stage.
Any stronger signal would interfere with the sound system.
That makes sense. You think someone would notice if they dropped their only communications lifeline? So why was this one lying here?
It's just we're having a little bit of technical difficulties, but she'll be back in a second. And we're moving to the stage.
The stage.
So, actually pretty good timing.
July 9th, in the wings.
She is still in the Discord, just so you guys know.
Yep. Wow.
That song. Isn't it the one Lamoirir was singing?
Yeah, you're right. The Guitar Serenade.
Wow. I love to do a show on a stage like this.
I'd come to see that.
The house is full, and that's when the audience sighs with wonderment. Here I am, singing my ballad, rose petals swirling through the air.
Not bad. Wait, aren't you a magician?
Oh. That's right. I was a magician, wasn't I?
Some dedication.
Ha! Aha! If it isn't Miss Trucy, and indeed it is.
Uncle Fallon.
What exactly are you doing here, Pleasure?
I take real responsibility in tasks undertaken. I am inspecting my equipment of illusion to make sure naught as amiss.
Lamoirir teleportation illusion. Ooh.
Should anything go wrong, it would reflect poorly upon me and my troop. As I went about my exacting examination, I happened to notice a piano. And I remembered that fair lady's melancholy melody.
Oh, Apollo. Maybe Uncle Fallon can shed some light on this whole thing for us.
Let's talk to him. Lamoirir's illusion.
I was wondering about the show on the night of the murder. Lamoir's vanishing act was your illusion, right?
Indeed. The purple prosecutor petitioned my performance. What quite the alliteration. At the climax of the song, he said, "Make her disappear, like a dream."
Like a dream.
Yet what can I work on with a stage meant for musical endeavors? There are none of the conveniences of a stage built for source of its acts. It's a challenging task, and so I accepted.
She disappeared from the top of the tower. But in order to move, you would have had to use some sort of secret tunnel.
People come to me because I'm a professional among professionals. My illusions are custom made for a time and a place. Now, because of the murder, all of the eyes on the nation are on this concert. Not a bad thing as far as the fortunes of Troop Gramrai are concerned.
So, you were here checking up on your trip to make sure, well... Yeah.
And went well it did. Now, speaking of pianos, that piano over there troubles me.
It troubles you? Why?
Why? Why, do you ask? Why?
I think it's probably quicker if I just go check it out myself, thanks.
Well, let's check it out.
That's one big piano. I've never actually played one.
You should get Mr. Wright to teach you sometime.
No good. He can't play either.
I kind of feel bad for the guy now.
Maybe now's my big chance. Stand back. This could be the debut of a prodigy.
What?
Oh. Ew.
Did you make that noise just now?
Let me try it again.
Whoa, what?
Oh.
You know, I think something's stuck in the piano. Time to take a look under the hood. Oh, look. This is stuck in between the strings.
Oh.
It looks like some kind of switch.
I wonder...
Someone must have thrown this into the piano. Switch placed in pocket.
Found on the stage. It's a switch for something, and that's about all I know.
Oh, we'll
now,
probably...
it almost looks like a Bic lighter if you think about it.
Yeah.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's a remote switch, but I have a feeling that we're going to find out what that switch is for. But let's talk to him again.
Yeah, let's get this last piece of dialogue. Troop Gramrai. I know what you're thinking in that head of yours. Gramrai, yes, you say. I recall seeing him on television. Something of that sort?
Actually, yes, you're right.
Wow, you just read your mind, Apollo.
Or everyone tells him that and he made a good guess.
It was 20 years ago. A young magician, a genius of his time, came down among us. His name was Magnify Gramrai. It was he who began the Great Trip Gramrai. At his prime, not a day passed that he did not play upon the screens of every TV there was.
I do have a vague memory of someone like that on TV.
Yet, several years ago, that time came to an end. My troupe pulled a vanishing act. Yes. Cries for magic no longer heard. The TV screen a barren waste, stripped of illusion.
That's not true. I still went to all your shows. Like the one in the parking lot down at the supermarket.
Yep. I know a couple independent shows like that.
Yep. When you start playing in supermarket parking lots, you know you're in trouble.
Oh, come on. We held our skill at these small venues, always awaiting our time. Yes, one day we will rise up from obscurity onto fame's shining stage once more. I do this not only for the magic of this Gramrai, but for my partner.
Your partner? You mean...
Yes, Zach Gramrai.
Trucy's father.
Before he disappeared 7 years ago, there was no name higher than Gramrai in show business circles. None. I will see us return to glory. I, Valant Gramrai.
Valiant and Zach.
Okay. Our founder, Magnify Gramrai, was truly a genius, a worker of miracles.
I'll never forget the one I saw when I was little. How he made that whole jumbo jet go. What happened to the jet again?
Apparently someone doesn't remember it as well as they thought.
Of all the would-be magicians who came to his door, only Zach and I had the talent. In no time at all, Valiant and Zach were the shining stars in the Gramrai crown.
Cool, huh? And Zach Gramrai was my daddy.
Now that Magnify and Zach are gone, I have but one wish. Let it be I, Valant Gramrai, who brings the Gramrai miracle back to the big stage.
I'm rooting for you.
Miss Trucy, you cannot grow up quick enough. I need your skill by my side.
One skill coming right up.
How do we manage to get off the topic of the case so quickly all the time?
What happens? What happens if we present that switch? Words cannot express my shock and chagrin.
Charging.
Chagrin.
Okay.
All I can see before me is this stage, and me upon it. Nothing smaller, nothing less radiant catches my eye.
True. You're getting on in years. Not much time left to make your mark.
This is not how I was seeing it.
So he doesn't care about what I have to show him. I get the point. What is storytelling us for time's sake?
We're moving back to the backstage hallway. And we're moving again. Now we're going back to the crime scene.
July 9th, Lamoirir's dressing room. Back to the crime scene.
Guess who's munching her favorite snacks?
Uh-oh.
Hooray.
There's only one person I know who can munch with such venom.
What are you doing here?
Hello, Emma. You're looking as grumpy as ever.
Oh, am I supposed to be happy? Gave me a second degree in court, and then Prosecutor Gavin makes me look like a fool.
You're talking about the bloodstain Mr. LeTouse left?
My department chief had a field day with that one. Even a blind person can see the shooter wasn't blind. Thank God, huh? But that bloodstain helped uncover the biggest mystery of all.
Can I get a tissue?
Hold on. Now we know that Mr. LeTouse was really with Interpol.
We wouldn't have found that out without you. I suppose. Maybe that's why the chief gave me all. Maybe that's why the chief gave me these after he was finished chewing me out.
So she could chew on them?
Yes, of course.
Said it was my reward.
Are chocolate snack goose popular down at the precinct or something?
I was hoping we could check out the crime scene again. My guess, not gonna find any clues in here. Oh, I did find something strange. Something strange?
Well, let's talk to her.
What
Trial of the day.
Let's talk about the trial.
Hit my embarrassment quota for the year, that's for sure. Well, that's a good thing, isn't it?
Do you want to try something else real quick? For this scene, Madison, do you want to try being Emma Skye and then Misty, you can be Trucy, or do you want to do it the other way around?
Either one's fine with me.
Okay, so so then, yep, you're the, Madison, you're the scientist in the white lab coat. She says,
How?
I mean, think about it. Now you don't have to be embarrassed about anything else all year.
glass half full.
If only it worked that way.
Can you see it? She might be having some technical difficulties.
My fingers must be lagging because
Okay, it's fine. I do see it's kind of lagging on
to
this.
think that little. I
Uh,
thought it was just me.
That's okay.
Switch locations. Hold on.
Well, all right. Well, while you're doing it, I guess
Sorry.
don't apologize. It's great. Okay, so then, package, you go ahead and do it.
Just bugs me to think that little kid outsmarted me. And it makes him even more suspicious now that we know he can see. He could have seen the air duct, and he could have shot that revolver.
That's not how it sounded in Lamoir's testimony.
You mean her saying she heard Detective Darayn's voice at the scene?
That's right.
Why can't we have a normal, straightforward killing once in a while in this country?
I'll pretend I didn't hear that.
Okay, we'll try it again. So, test 1, test 2. How's that?
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yep.
we can hear you.
Loud and
I
clear.
can hear y'all. Can y'all hear me? Okay,
Yes.
cool.
Okay, so.
Was it true what you said in court today? You know, about the case. About how everything was happening according to those song lyrics.
The guitar serenade, you mean?
I found the link, you know.
Yep.
First, Prosecutor Gavin's heart-shaped keyring was stolen. Then, Lamoirir flew through the air. Then, Prosecutor Gavin's guitar caught on fire. And in the end, a bullet took Mr. LeTouse's life. And he went up into the sky with the guitar. Well, 15 feet up at least.
So wait for a second here.
It's kind of hard to chalk it up to coincidence, man.
Sorry.
Go ahead. So sorry.
It's kind of hard to chalk it up to coincidence, but
I know, and I found it.
You think the same person did all of this?
Don't ask me. I didn't do it.
Neither did I. Couldn't fit through the air vent anyway.
What? You all think I did it?
Sometimes I worry about that girl.
Jeez. Okay, what's this something strange you found?
So, what did you find?
It's so little I must have passed over it yesterday. I found it under the sofa.
Huh?
A raspberry. And what is it?
Part of some device. I think I haven't a clue what. The bit sticking out from the end looks familiar, so I had to examine it.
Turns out, it's an antenna.
An antenna?
Oh, like on a beetle?
Like on a cell phone. This device must use an electronic signal of some sort.
An electronic signal, you say?
Well, let's give it to her. At least present her that switch. You think you could take a look at this?
A small device. Looks like a transmitter.
Transmitter?
Yeah, you press the switch here and it sends out a signal. No idea what it's for, though.
A signal? You mean an electronic signal?
What is it, Apollo?
Say, Emma, you know that strange object you said you found?
Oh, this?
Let me try pressing the switch. Click. Huh?
Ouch!
It's on fire! Emma's device is on fire.
Aha! So that's why that's how Prosecutor Gavin's guitar caught on fire.
What's the big deal? Well, now we know what this is. It's an igniter.
I love the fact that you're playing the fact that she's got her mouth full. That's awesome.
This part here must work like a lighter.
I guess so.
It nearly lit me up, that's for sure.
Hey, don't look at me like that. I didn't do it on purpose.
I suppose at least we're getting somewhere with this case.
Hey, Apollo. Let's ask Emma more about this switch. Now that she has some first-hand experience.
Thank God she still has hands.
Yeah, well, let's talk to her. All right, switch.
The switch.
What are you trying to do? Burn me alive?
Come on, it was just a few sparks.
Says you. You weren't the one holding it.
That's enough sparks flying around here with just you two talking.
Anyway, now we know this is a remote for an igniter.
Let's see. Let me see that for a second. Well, this is definitely a little transporter.
Fine.
The signal's weak. Probably only reaches 30 feet.
A transmitter. Huh.
Remote trigger updated in the court record.
Found on the stage, triggers an igniter within 30 feet.
Incidentally, if you look at a cross-section diagram of the stage area, let's see, 30 feet from Lamoir's dressing room, that covers the backstage completely. It also looks like it would cover the stage.
Yeah, barely. Right around the area of the piano.
It kind of seems unlikely anyone would use this on stage.
Forum diagram added to the court record.
All right then.
Guess I'd best be getting on my with
Investigation. Well, we'll have to look for more clues elsewhere then.
I feel better knowing that this is
What this thing
is now.
Yeah.
I have to look into igniters a bit more later.
Good luck.
I'd like to know a bit more about igniters myself. Igniter added to the court record.
Huh.
Okay, what is story telling us now?
Are we going to be looking in this room or are we going to present it? Nope, we're moving. Back to the backstage hallway. And I think we're going to go back to the detention center.
No, I don't think so.
No, we're going back to either the stage.
Back to the Coliseum. And I think we're going to run into
somebody, it looks like. July 9th. Oh.
What? Come to laugh at the murderer?
Darayn.
That old bag opens a pie hole, and wham bam, my life goes down the chute. Thanks. They won't let me work while I'm a suspect.
Darayn isn't in the best of moods, is he?
Not many people are these days, it seems.
Not many people are these days, it seems.
Yeah.
But
It is a crime scene. Not exactly the happiest place to hang out.
The Gavin had to go rub salt in the wound. My alibi's rock solid. Rock solid. Let's talk.
what is he talking about? Where was he?
So, about your alibi.
You have to ask? The shooting happened right in the middle of the third set. That's right. Music was blaring when he heard those gunshots.
I think I know what's going on here.
Uh-oh. And found Mr. LeTouse dead. I've got 10,000 witnesses who saw me too. Nice one. Right there on that stage.
Your guitar playing was something else.
Thanks, little lady. See? This whole thing's a sham. I can't believe they aren't letting me work. There's no need to yell at me. It's Lamoir's fault. She was the one who said she heard this voice at the moment of the crime. Man, I never even talked to that old windbag. How could she possibly identify me? Prosecutor Gavin.
I wonder if there's a ventriloquist at work.
Wait a minute.
That's my first thought. They won't let you work.
He won't let me work. Gavin says I gotta lay low till the suspicion is cleared. What suspicion? He can be stuck such a stick in the mud.
Mr. Gavin, a stick in the mud?
He may look all flashy and showy, but he's straight as an arrow, man. Except when he's depressed. You heard him whining the other day? Oh, you mean the thing with the mixing board?
And then there was that performance just now. What was that all about?
This part is off.
Which is that? Second guitar. It was you, Darayn.
He's just a perfectionist is all. Not a bad guy, really.
Oh, I think the Gavinners are the best. I have all your albums.
The band's fine, too. Gavin can write a good tune, I'll give him that. But come to think of it, I haven't seen Prosecutor Gavin around much. Oh, him? He's down at the prosecutor's office, most likely. The prosecutor's office? I've never been there, have I? The data on the victim should have come from Interpol. Normally, I'd be down there dealing with it. Normally. Technical issues.
It's okay. No, she can see it.
Oh, shoot.
It's okay.
Apollo, let's go check it out. I've always wanted to see the prosecutor's office.
Maybe that's not such a bad idea.
Right on.
Say hi for me, okay? Oh, and screw you. And tell him I want into that crime scene. We'll be going now. Hey, wait. Yes? What do you really think happened? Really? You don't think I did it, right? Well, great. Well, you don't steal a guy with some confidence. Just remember, I was ripping it up on stage when it happened, okay? Ripping!
Ripping what up?
Don't get led astray by some siren song, eh? Get this one wrong, and you'll be eating humble pie for a year. I'll bake it myself. And he's gone.
He was. Let's not talk to him anymore. Alright?
Detective Darayn Crescend. He's one stone I'd leave unturned if I had a choice.
Well,
Looks like we're moving.
You know what? Let's go back. Let's go into Gavin's office.
We've got to hear
I don't
from
know.
Carlos, but
Yeah, that's okay though. I guess we're moving. We're trudging forward. July 9th, Prosecutor Gavin's office.
So, this is it. The Gavinners' head office.
it's not the band's office. It's the prosecutor's office.
Yeah, so that's why I'm asking. What is this creepy thing, object, whatever?
Looks like Prosecutor Gavin is on the phone.
Oh, well, guess I'll have to come back. Or you can hide behind that bookshelf real quietly.
That's eavesdropping.
What? Why? He'd just be waiting, quietly, so he won't notice. What if we heard something scandalous about the band?
She'd make a good reporter for a gossip mag.
What? A replica? So why was he after it in the first place? Yeah, LeTouse.
LeTouse!
Look, don't talk to me about those Virginians, okay? Just give me that report. Chop chop. And stop leaving mysterious objects in my office, okay? It's times like this when I start to miss Darayn. Huh? Uh-oh.
Hiya!
Just thought we'd drop in. Hope you're not mad.
How could I be? There's not enough tee-hee in the world in any case. Have a seat.
Prosecutor Gavin, the philanthropist.
Watch and learn, Apollo.
So, who have you come to see?
Huh?
Clavier, lead vocalist for the Gavinners? Or Prosecutor Gavin, scourge of the courtroom?
What do you think he means, Apollo?
I think he's giving us a choice. We can either ask him about the excuse me. We can either ask him about the concert or the case. Which way to go?
I think we talked to him about the case. Ah, that reminds me. Did you see the paper today?
Yes. I always read the TV section.
Good girl. How about you, hair forehead?
I read the funnies.
Way to go.
Then you will not have seen this.
Concert of Tragedy. The prosecutor's deadly song.
Oh.
Ooh, is that a new show? I haven't heard about that one.
It's not a show. It's an article. News, you know.
Oh, does this have anything to do with the case?
You damn skippy, it does. Since getting back from the trial, my phone has been ringing off the hook. How does it feel to take a man's life with a song? Have you ever hummed a man all the way to death row? Do you think you could sing for me over the phone? It is endless. Endless. Thanks to the case you made today, of course.
Oh, that was all Apollo's idea.
Oh, way to throw him under the bus, Trucy.
Hey! Huh? Is that a newspaper over there too?
Ah, yes, the Virginian Daily Bugle. Go ahead, take a look.
Thanks, but I can't read Virginian.
Oh, that's right. Suffice it to say this is big news over there as well. Oh, I know who can read it for us.
Uh-huh.
Though they didn't go so far as to mention the lyrics to my song.
Probably no
one in Virginia could believe it.
It's probably seen as just a theory at this point. Their journalists didn't see the need to mention it.
That makes sense. I hardly know what to think of it myself. Virginia newspaper added to the court record.
Lamoir's testimony will probably be in the evening edition, I'd imagine. Which is why I've had Darayn step down from the investigation for now.
Yeah, they ran into him moping in front of the Coliseum.
Lamoir was my invited guest, so it's a rather delicate situation. You understand how much I want to solve this case. Quickly, if possible.
Guitar Serenade.
Sure, let's just...
I really love that song. It has such a great atmosphere to it.
You co-wrote it with Lamoirir, if I remember correctly.
That's right. It was last year. I had gone to tour Virginia's legal system, as a matter of fact.
And that's when you heard Lamoir's voice?
It was at a small jazz club. I wept that night. I knew I had to meet her, to talk with her, so I used my influence, which is not inconsiderable, to arrange a meeting.
Wow, prosecutors really have a lot of clout.
I think he's sort of a special case, Trucy.
Thankfully, she liked the work I did, and we wrote a song right there, backstage. Machi on piano, that dulcet voice, and myself on a guitar that I borrowed from Lamoirir.
And music history was made. Probably not an experience your average lawyer would ever have, like Apollo say.
Hey!
It is a memory I hold dear. And the song we wrote that night was this. And that very guitar is right over there.
You mean this charred lump?
Don't call it a lump. That's a piece of history. And it's only brown, not really charred.
No matter. I shall never sing that song again. I wouldn't have used that guitar again either, even if I could have.
What happened during that song anyway? Why did his guitar suddenly catch on fire?
Well, we know about that transceiver.
Do you think you could show it to us? Your charred, slightly burnt guitar?
I'm sure he doesn't mind. What more could happen to it?
Plenty of it.
Let's look at it.
Let's look at it.
Yeah, look at it at least. That was an impressive bit of pyrotechnics that did this.
That's a guitar from the concert, isn't it? The lighter.
I thought it was one of the staff playing a gag on me. I never guessed that wasn't the end of it. I had a specialist analyze the guitar, incidentally.
Oh, did you find anything out?
He didn't have a lot of time, so it's still unclear. But the results he came up with were intriguing.
Intriguing? How does that guitar tie into everything that went on?
Sounds like something we should ask about.
All right,
You know what I'm going to do?
Yeah, go and present.
First of all, what the heck is this thing?
Yeah.
What's that on the plate there?
Is that gum?
Gum?
Maybe he was chewing it when the phone rang, so he put it on the plate for later consumption.
You think a rock star could afford a fresh stick?
Don't jump to any conclusions now. That's no chewing gum. Take a closer look. Although I really shouldn't be offering, should I?
What is that? It looks like a lump of plastic.
Wait, that phone call.
Yeah, so that's why I'm asking. What is this creepy thing? Object? Whatever.
Uh-oh. Looks like Prosecutor Gavin is on the phone.
What? A replica? So why was he after it in the first place? Yeah, LeTouse.
Uh-oh. Prosecutor Gavin, does this have something to do with Mr. LeTouse?
Wait a second. You were listening to my phone call, weren't you?
Oh, us? I tried to stop him, really, but he forced me to.
Again.
Wow.
Oh, and two true C?
Hey, you were the one digging for scandal, Miss Reporter!
To tell the truth, I'm not even sure what it is. But apparently it's a model of something undercover agent Mr. LeTouse was after.
This lump?
Would you mind telling us what you do know about it?
Well, I'm going to check my messages and make sure Carlos didn't try to send me anything. Although, Switch
Yeah.
account, gaming, nothing. He's probably predisposed.
All right.
All right. So what does story mode tell us?
And we're gonna talk to him, all right? Oh, what's I just heard a bump.
Oh, just got home. I'll be out in a second. Awesome. So okay, I'll do the. Oh, here he comes. Yeah. Oh shit. So okay, here. So he can. So.
Yeah, we'll go back
There
to
he
a
is.
little bit. So
Yeah, no, I've got the chat up.
yeah, good. Rock and roll, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's got to be one of the best prosecutor things I've heard in a while.
Yeah.
Let me hop over to the little waiting.
So okay, I'm starting to think that while we're waiting for Carlos to come in, I'm starting to get some theories in my head. So I have two suspects on my list. the first suspect I feel is obviously Darayn Crescend, because apparently, again, Lamoirir heard his voice, right?
Yeah.
And, but then again, his alibi's pretty solid. I mean, he was on stage during the third act. And during the third act, that's when LeTouse was shot. There might be another person that has something to do with this murder, who has a stake in this. But, I mean, I can't put my finger on it yet.
Or, if I'm not mistaken, one of the... I don't know.
The other, I'm thinking Valant Grumrai because he wants to get the magicians together. He wants to get them, back into the groove and everything, and and get them on stage. But then I can't seem to connect the dots on why Valant Grumrai would want to kill Romain LeTouse. They're not connected.
No, absolutely not. There's no way it was a magician.
So then it's got to be somebody else,
right?
And even then, any negative press might do worse for his business.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. You don't want it. Yeah, you definitely don't want any negative press. I mean, it is. I have to, and yeah. I don't know, this is leaving us with more questions than answers. Oh man. So. Oh yeah. If you got to take a quick break, go ahead, because I don't think if we get sidetracked, we can get not sidetracked, but if something happens, then we can handle it. We can wing it.
Okay.
Perfect. I'll be right back.
Okay, sounds good.
Hello.
Oh, hi,
Hey,
Carlos.
there he is.
Hi. Sorry, my apologies for being late.
No worries.
Stuff happens.
Yeah, no problem, man. We've only been doing this for about an hour and a half, and we still have half an hour left. And and we may even go longer than that. And I'm pretty sure our loyal viewers would, will stick around for it.
All right, perfect. My camera's a little wonky right now, so I tried turning it on. Everything freezes, so I'm like, you know what? I'd rather just, better safe than sorry.
Yeah, that's no problem. You can still, as long as you can see the PlayStation screen, right?
Yep, gotcha.
Okay, so we want to start with, so Clavier Gavin is in his office, and he's talked about this strange lump of plastic on his chair, and then he's also reminiscing his time with Lamoirir. So you can start with, it was a beautiful instrument.
All right, gotcha. All right. It was a beautiful instrument. It was played lovingly for many years. A guitar befitting a woman like Lamoirir.
How did it end up here?
She gave it to me. I mentioned how much I enjoyed playing it that night, and she made a present for it.
So this guitar is from Virginia.
That it is. We couldn't carry it on the plane. Changes in air pressure and humidity ruined the wood. So we vacuum packed it in Lamoirir's studio. I used a special shipping service available to me for transporting evidence. They brought it right up to my office for me.
And I wonder if that's the case he tried to put it in.
Pristine and untouched.
See? Prosecutors do have a lot of clout.
I still think he's a special case.
Such a valuable guitar. It's too bad it got burned.
Prosecutor Gavin's guitar added to the court record.
A gift from Lamoirir, sent from Virginia, burned the night of the concert.
Now let's present him that lighter thing or whatever.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about doing that too.
What was it that you were saying earlier? Something about intriguing results from an examination of the guitar?
That's right. What was that all about?
Well, you know how guitars have a round hole in the front? It is called the sound hole.
So that's what it's called.
Well, they found something attached to the wood just inside the hole. A broken device of some sorts?
A broken device?
Yes. This, in fact.
Oh.
The examiner is busy with evidence for that for the case now, however. So he'll be checking this out once he's finished with everything else.
Odd. That device looks strangely familiar.
Yeah, let's present that to him.
Yeah. It has to be one of these.
What is it, Apollo?
That device that was found in your guitar. Take a look at this.
Huh? Why, that looks like
Why-
Why, that looks like the same thing. What is it?
It's an igniter.
Another one?
It was at the crime scene in Lamoir's dressing room. Detective Sky found it, actually.
At the scene of the crime? What could that mean, I wonder?
Let's talk to him. The strange lump.
Intrigue.
This was found in Mr. LeTouse's bag. It's apparently a replica of something.
A replica. It's a small lump, about 1.5 inches long.
We analyzed it, but not much to say other than it's a lump of plastic. Perhaps it was to be used in the identification of whatever it is a replica of.
You mean whatever Mr. LeTouse was after?
That seems to be the most logical explanation.
Well, what is it?
Don't ask me, Fraulein.
Oh, if you don't want to tell us, you could just say so.
I've put in a request to Interpol by my contacts in Borginia. But apparently there is a block of information somewhere along the chain.
Oh?
There's something either Interpol or Virginia doesn't want to share. Something about this little piece of plastic.
Mr. LeTouse went through all that trouble to become Lamoir's manager, just to come to this country to find out more about this lump?
And what the heck could it possibly be, though?
And he died for it. Replica added to the court record.
Yeah, that's weird. Apparently, it focuses this investigation.
I've sent someone to the Colosseum to fetch Lamoirir. Perhaps she knows something about it, being a Borginian. I believe that covers everything I'm at liberty to talk to you about.
Oh,
Thanks for dropping by, Herr Forehead.
thanks?
Why? You gave me so much information. The igniter, for instance.
Oh, that.
I've never met an attorney so forthcoming with the prosecution. It's a big help. Or perhaps you're just a tad naive,
I guess I could have hit it, but somehow showing it felt like the right thing.
Transparency.
I could say the same to you, Prosecutor Gavin. Thanks for the information about the strange lump of plastic, the one that Mr. LeTouse was investigating.
Hey, that's right.
I've been thinking, Herr Forehead. We encounter many incidents in our lives, all of us. None of them all simple.
Especially not the ones where people are killing the song lyrics.
This is why I try to do at least remain simple inside. And to keep a simple goal. To discover the truth. That's why I like to keep relations civil, yeah? That is all.
I can live with that.
Mr. Prosecutor?
Fräulein?
Can I ask you why you sing in a band?
Ah, because I want women to turn and look when I walk down the street.
That's pretty
good.
simple, too.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got what to do. Another time, perhaps?
There he goes.
I think
All right,
story
so-
is telling us. Okay, we're going to move
We're moving.
to
Back-
Sunshine Coliseum.
Yeah, so we're going back to July 9th, Sunshine Coliseum.
Here's Emma.
Oh, it's you. You came at a good time.
Hello there, Emma. What's up?
Either of you know where Lamoirir is?
Well, I saw her in the backstage hallway a while ago.
Yeah, that's strange.
So Misty's back, by the way. Welcome back.
Howdy. What's strange?
I can't find her anywhere.
I was supposed to bring her to the prosecutor's office.
Uh-oh. Lamoir's missing.
It's hard to imagine her wandering off somewhere on her own. Being that she's blind and all, I was just about to say that.
Yeah, we'll help you look for her.
Great minds.
Great, thanks.
And off she goes.
All right, so we're going to move. We're going to get to the backstage hallway and see.
I wonder if she's been kidnapped.
July 9th, backstage hallway. This place is deserted.
I wonder where Lamoirir went off to.
I'm sure she's okay on her own. She seems resourceful.
I guess. And I can't help but worry But I can't help worry about her a little.
But worry about her a little. Yeah, it's fine.
I can't.
Sometimes the text is wrong.
That's fine. So we're going back to the stage. July 9th. Oh, something's in the wings. Something's about to happen.
Uh-oh.
Huh? The stage is pitch dark.
The power breaker must be off for this section. Great.
I'll go get someone.
Ooh. What the?
Yikes. It was really dark out there.
Okay, well, what's that guitar case doing closed? And what's sticking out of it?
Oh, boy. I think that may be her. Dark. That's all the mirror has when you think about it. What would it be like to live in a world of darkness?
Hey, Apollo.
Huh? What?
Doesn't something about the stage seem different to you?
Well, it does, yes.
Like, something's changed?
Changed?
I can't put my finger on it, but it's bugging me.
Now it's bugging me, too. What's she talking about? Let's take a look at it. The guitar
knock,
case.
knock,
Knock, knock.
Hey, that case. Wasn't that open before?
Huh. I guess someone closed it.
Wait, look, where the case closes.
Something's sticking out. That doesn't look like an instrument. You don't think it's...
Let's open it, Apollo.
What?
Tiny. The mirror.
Emma! We have to get Emma! Whoa, shite. Lamoirir was taken directly to the hospital. Emma ran around barking orders, making phone calls. Trucy just clung to my arm and cried. And me? I was still in shock. 2 bodies in 2 days is too many!
Yeah, no kidding. Oh, I hope we don't run into that one guy. We're at the Hickfield Clinic. Oh, crap.
July 9th, 5:53 p.m., Hickfield Clinic, waiting room.
Emma, how's the mirror? Is she okay?
You. We all owe you a big thanks, that's for sure.
So, she's okay?
Yes, she's come to a short while. She came to a short while ago. You found her before. Well, you found her before it was too late.
That's good to hear.
So what happened?
Someone attacked her. She was struck on the forehead.
Oh, man. By who?
We don't know.
But they hit her on the forehead, right? That's right in front of her. How could she not see? Oh.
That's okay.
Right. Would you like to see her now?
Is that all right?
She wants to thank you for saving her life.
Lamoirir!
Mr. Attorney, you were the one who found me. Thank you from the bottom of my heart.
I'm just glad you're okay. Tell me, what happened? Let's talk to her.
All right.
Attacked.
It was after I spoke with you in front of the dressing room. I sensed someone approaching. I thought it might be someone coming to see me, but they said nothing. When I went to return to my dressing room,
You were hit?
I knew. That very moment, I knew. The assault was trying to kill me.
Assailant.
That's fine.
No.
It was lucky for me the first blow did not knock me out. I turned and ran for a stage. Someone was chasing me. I could hear their footsteps. Yet I reached the stage.
Why the stage?
I had overheard maintenance people talking. The power to the stage area was off, they said, for electrical work.
Oh.
Darkness is my ally. There was a
Contrabass.
contrabass case near the stage. That is where I hid.
Okay, so the person that tried to kill her didn't stuff her in there. She stuffed herself in there, I think.
I'm surprised you fit in there.
So the assailant couldn't see you.
Once in the case, I'm afraid I passed out.
Wow, that sounds like a really close call. The assailant.
Yeah.
Do you have any idea who might have been? Who it might have been?
Fortunately, no. Whoever it was, they said not a word.
Too bad.
Yet when I considered that I was struck high on the forehead, I must conclude that whoever hit me was taller than I am.
Good point. She's sharp.
And you're much taller than I am. You're about as tall as Apollo.
So that means it was likely an adult and probably a man.
Again, two people come to mind.
Could it be him?
But why would anyone attack you, Lamoirir?
The detectives asked me this too. And to her, I gave the same answer I give to you. I do not know.
Okay, let's show her that thing.
Oh, what thing? The cocoon.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what that is.
Lamoirir, I wanted to ask you about this.
I mean, it was shaped like a cocoon anyway.
Do you know what this is?
This is what?
Mr. LeTouse was carrying it. It's a replica of the thing he was after.
He was after?
You know, his secret identity. As an undercover agent.
So that's what he was doing.
You mean you know what?
Yes, I know, of course. This must be a Burganian cocoon.
A Virginian cocoon.
Whoa.
Or rather, a convincing replica, therefore.
Why haven't I heard of a Virginian cocoon before?
Probably because they're rare.
Why would he be carrying this around? Was it some kind of souvenir?
I wonder.
Okay, let's talk to her. The Virginian cocoon.
Well, they call it
Virginian.
Virginian. It must only be found in Virginia. For certain, all in Virginia know of these.
It's a cocoon. So, do you get silk from it?
I do not know the details, I'm sorry to say.
I thought you said all in Virginia knew of these.
There is one fact I do know about the cocoon. Something all in Virginia know.
What's that?
The cocoons, they are not to be taken out of the country.
Uh-oh.
If someone does and is caught, they will be would be put to death.
Oh, no.
To death?
Why?
I do not know. Yet, if Interpol was involved, I'm sure there is a good reason.
But this is just a piece of plastic.
He was carrying a replica, but looking for the real deal. That's my best guess.
So, that's what he was up to?
Tracking down Virginian cocoon smuggling.
Smuggling.
What the
Oh,
heck?
boy.
What do you...
It seems I was marked. Life changed for me with the popularity of my songs. I began to travel around the world.
So you could have brought those Virginian cocoons with you.
On my trips, yes. That was probably the assumption.
Suspicion.
That's okay.
And Mr. LeTouse was placed as an undercover agent to look into it.
Virginia is a small, sheltered country. Not many of our people venture into the world outside.
Is that why they suspected you?
But Mr. LeTouse wasn't a Virginian, was he? He was an Interpol agent, which means
What, Apollo?
there must be some reason why Virginia doesn't want those cocoons getting out. Something scary enough to get Interpol involved.
Huh? Like what? How could such a tiny ball of thread cause such a commotion?
How indeed. Cocoon smuggling. And Mr. LeTouse had Lamoirir marked.
Yeah, I love that stereo.
Nice. It couldn't be her.
Huh?
There's one other person I need to talk to. Thank you for talking to us, Lamoirir.
It was the least I could do.
Actually, I have another request.
If it is within my power.
I need an interpreter, someone who speaks Virginian.
Apollo?
Would you come with us if you're well enough?
I see. Yes, of course. I shall accompany you.
Huh? Where are we going?
I'll tell you where we're going. We're gonna go see our client.
Come on, Trucy. We're about to get to the bottom of this. Well, we'll go right there. No need
July 9th, detention center, visitors room.
This
Machi, we came to talk to you about the case.
Maki,
Could you interpret for us, Lamoirir?
yes.
Machi, I'd like to talk to you about when we first met. When we still thought you were blind.
You don't have to say this. Rubble.
Now we know the truth. You can see, right?
I was completely fooled myself.
Machi, isn't there another secret you're hiding from us? Uh-oh.
Wait, Mr. Attorney. What do you mean by secret?
What do I mean by secret? Well, how about this?
Cocoon.
Gotta be it. Take that!
The-
If I'm not mistaken, you know something about this, don't you? Uh-oh.
Hey, he got a reaction. A big one.
Maki, you didn't.
Trucy and I are trained to see people's uncertainty. Not that we would have needed any training to see that one.
Mr. Attorney, please, tell me what...
Lamoirir, please interpret.
Very well.
I know you know something about this by your reaction. If you won't tell me, I might have to give it to the prosecution and have them look into it.
He asked you to wait. Do not be so hasty.
Maki?
Do you know everything?
Yes, everything. Well, sort of.
Have him tell us about it.
Very well.
All right, let's talk to her.
Alright, so-
Cocoon. Talk to him.
What is this cocoon anyway?
The cocoon, the silk, is a
Potent
potent cure.
cure?
Weird.
Oh, remember what the judge was saying at the beginning of that one trial?
Uh-oh.
Don't tell me that that's linked. That the Chief Justice's son has an incurable disease, and that silk can possibly be the cure for it.
Wait a
Come on.
No way.
Like Bob's
It
son.
must cure some disease.
It is the cure for the incurables.
Incuritis.
Yeah. What the heck is incuritis?
A cure for incuritis?
Man, sounds like something that would happen if my back started acting up.
Replica update in the court record.
A remedy for incuritis may be extracted.
Sounds like an excuse when you have to call in a sick day.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm fighting incuritis.
That anime disease that kills all the moms.
Maybe.
But if it's a cure, why keep it in Borginia? Just think of all the lives it could save by sharing the medicine.
I do not understand the reason myself.
Okay, well, at least we know what it is. A cure. And Mr. LeTouse was after cocoon smugglers. Wait, was Machi?
Machi, you weren't.
He couldn't be a smuggler. He's so little.
Well, you're only 15 and you're sort of a magician, aren't you?
Oh, that's true. I am sort of a magician.
She said sort of. Oh, to have a copy of that security camera tape.
Well, Monkey, are you smuggler?
He won't tell me.
So yes. First he plays blind, now he plays dumb.
I wonder, do you think he brought a cocoon here to sell it to someone? If Machi really did bring one into the country, was he planning on making a deal for its sale?
I can't go home.
Can't go home.
Uh-oh.
I can't go home to Bagania. I do not want to go home.
Yeah, probably because it's an oppressive country.
The penalty for taking a cocoon for Bagania is death.
That's right. It's punishable by death.
Oh, man.
About the case. What about the case?
Hold on.
He wants to tell us about Mr. LeTouse's death?
I don't think he means case like that, like literal case.
This meeting's over.
What?
Darayn?
What do you mean? Visiting hours aren't over yet. There's a call for Machi from the Virginian embassy. This meeting is over. Sorry. Just give us 5 more minutes. We can call them back after that. Sorry, no go. Come on, piano boy. We're leaving.
Darayn, wait.
I never liked you. Either of you. Huh?
Oh, yep. Heavy.
Brilliant. We were so close. He was about to tell us. Hey, Apollo.
He didn't want us to hear what Machi had to say.
Apollo!
And there can be only one reason why.
Why is everyone ignoring me?
Oh, sorry. This is it. I know who I'm after now. It all happens tomorrow in court.
Oh, boy.
So,
Okay.
to be continued, we are 1 minute, 51 minutes into the stream.
An hour, 51 minutes into the stream. So it's 10 o'clock right now. We're going to save our current progress because
You never know.
you know from your previous stream, right, Misty?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. So what do you guys think? Do you guys want to continue? Do you want to try to go to the trial, or do you want to try to table this for another day? What's everyone's consensus about this?
I'm down.
Okay, so Misty wants to go. Misty wants us to continue. What about you, Keyblade Sonic?
Well, so it's very, you don't want to leave a cliffhanger waiting, you want to know now. It's like, oh, I want to know what's going on next. Come on, let's watch the next episode.
Yeah. If you're good to go, then we're good. What about you, Madison? Okay, so the ayes have it. We're moving on.
Yes, we are, and it may be lengthy, but we'll have to get story mode to get us through. July 10th, 9:49 a.m. District Court, defendant lobby number 2.
Well, this is it.
Today's the day it all goes down. And then there was yesterday. This meeting is over. Sorry. Just give us 5 more minutes. We can call it back after that. Sorry, no go. Come on, piano boy. We're leaving.
Darian, wait.
I never liked you. Either of you. Huh?
Yeah, what's that all about?
Darn it. We were so close. He was about to tell us. Hey, Apollo.
He didn't want us to hear what Machi had to say. And I think I know why. Time to bring down a little justice. Whoa! What was that?
He is heard, but unseen.
Who's that talking?
What? Oh. Phallic Grammar! I exclaimed as he walked in through the door. Normally.
You weren't the witness today. Are you, Uncle Phallic?
A preposterous proposition. How can I stand upon the stand? Why, my secrets will be free for the plucking. I might even have to sign autographs. That is why I intend to remain hidden for the entire day.
Ooh, with vanishing magic?
Indeed, I will jump on an express train and express myself to the next town over. But before I go, a word of warning.
Warning? What?
A Grand Grammar glamour resides at the root of all that has happened. Do not forget this truth. A Grand Grammar glamour resides at the root of all that has happened.
Could it be that trick? A glamour?
A spell, a sorcery, a great illusion. Miss Trucy, though it pains me to part so, I need to get in line for a ticket. Farewell.
Yep.
Oh.
And there he goes.
And there he goes.
He sure seemed happy about that illusion thing.
Oh, big illusions are the bread and butter of a magician. You can't pull off a show with that one. The big illusion is always a spectacle to remember. Usually involves cutting up things, like people, or elephants, the Eiffel Tower, or anything really.
Now, I wonder, because remember, Lamoirir has amnesia, and I wonder if her memories are going to start flooding back to her.
Oh, boy.
Especially after she got conked on the head like that.
Oh, boy.
Oh yeah.
So, he was talking about what we saw at the concert.
Lamoirir's disappearing act.
And Prosecutor Gavin's exploding guitar.
I wonder what he meant by being at the root of all that has happened.
Well, it's about time. Shall we go?
Oh, I think he might be talking about something else entirely. Maybe.
Excuse me, sir. Yes?
The scheduled starting time for the trial has been changed. The trial will not be commencing until 10:30 a.m. Sorry for the inconvenience.
Huh? Did something happen? This is a first.
It was by the judge's request. Some urgent personal business.
Great. I bet he stayed up too late last night watching courtroom dramas.
Now, but what was that bang? Are you sure that wasn't just the magician? Did somebody get shot?
I don't think so.
Apparently, he's visiting the hospital again.
The hospital?
I believe it was mentioned that the Chief Justice's son is unwell. Apparently, his condition worsened considerably this morning.
The Chief Justice's son?
Oh, that's right. Remember yesterday morning? The judge said he had to go visit him after the trial.
There's an article about it in the newspaper. If you care to read about it yourself, newspaper article added to the court record.
Article about the Chief Justice's son who was inflicted with incuritis.
What? I knew it.
Incuritis? Where have I heard that before?
I'll let you read that article for us, Apollo. Just leave the TV guide page to me.
Try not to lose the page of the funnies if you can.
Always the funnies.
July 10th, 10:30 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 3.
I wonder if the judge will be around.
My apologies for the delay. Court is now in session for the trial of... how do you say this name again?
Machi Tobaye, a suspect fortissimo.
Right. It's his trial in any case.
The defense is prepared, Your Honor.
The prosecution is ready to rock.
Is something wrong, Your Honor?
No. Well, yes. It's just I've been friends with the Chief Justice since we were students. Pains me to see him going through such a difficult time.
Curitis, was it? That article said there's no known cure.
Except we found one just the other day.
Disease? Okay.
I didn't know if there's going to be any details in there.
I don't think so, no.
Disease strikes closer to home than ever before. Anyway, okay.
Judge, let me say with all honesty, I feel your pain. But now is not the time for tears. Now it's a time for law.
Indeed. We left off at quite the juncture yesterday.
I asked Interpol about that number, IPXX314206. The agent registered under this number was Romain LeTouse.
Thanks for looking into that. Thanks for looking into that for us, Detective Crescend. It is a great help.
No problem at all, Your Honor. I'll be going now. I'll be heading out.
Hold it. Lamoirir said hold it, but that's fine.
Wait. That voice just now. It was him. I'm sure of it.
It was him?
The voice I heard talking to Mr. LeTouse when I heard the gunshot fired. It was him. It was Darayn.
No way!
Quite the sensational ending. Who would have thought Darayn would guest star in the season cliffhanger? As a suspect?
I asked the prosecution to look into this matter. Please tell the court your findings.
Darayn Crescend is a member of my band, the Gavinners. He is also a detective, making the current charges serious indeed. Yet, after investigation, I have found no cause to alter our case or file new charges.
And your reason is?
Weren't you aware her forehead? He has an impeccable alibi.
An alibi?
Let us review the facts again, shall we? The concert held on the night of the shooting was in 3 sets. The Gavinners ripped up the stage during the first set. For the second set, our guest took center stage. The only performers appearing were myself, Lamoirir, and Machi, along with a drummer and bassist, for a total of 5. The shooting in the dressing room, however, took place during the third set. Lamoirir and the defendant, Machi Tobaye, had left the stage at that point, and the Gavinners were already rocking. This is when 2 shots rang out at a scene of the crime. Shots heard by Detective Emma Skye, mind you.
And Apollo. You heard them too, right?
I sure did.
Furthermore, Lamoirir herself witnessed the moment of the crime. Well, perhaps I should say she heard the moment of the crime. When she claims to have heard Mr. LeTouse and Detective Crescend talking.
But that's impossible. Detective Crescend was...
Precisely. Detective Crescend was on stage, getting his groove on no less. Voila! A perfect alibi.
Does the defense have anything to add to this? One more question before I go forward. You know how Gramrays is hopping on the express train to the next town? Why do you think someone would try to skip town on the day of a trial?
Oh boy.
Yeah, I'm still suspecting Valant Gramrai.
It's true. When I heard those gunshots, he must have been on stage. Still, there's something here that doesn't quite add up.
It appears the defense has no objections. I believe we can safely say that Darayn Crescend's alibi has been acknowledged.
Which means that Lamoirir was sadly mistaken. Her testimony cannot be true.
Very well. Of course, if we disregard her testimony, then I see no evidence keeping us from declaring a verdict, if indeed there are no objections.
Uh-oh. Apollo, he declares a verdict now.
But Prosecutor Gavin's case is airtight. Lamoirir might have been lying to protect Machi. How can I rely on her testimony? Wait, what about yesterday in the detention center?
About the case? What about the case?
He wants to tell us about Mr. LeTouse's death?
That's bad. It's over the back.
This meeting's over. Sorry about that.
Darayn?
Machi was trying to tell us something. I know it! Maybe the best thing to do is ask him under oath.
Very well. The court finds the defendant, what was his name again?
Objection! Your Honor!
No, that wasn't it. It was something like Marcus or Mr. Justice.
Your Honor, before you declare a verdict, I would like to call another witness.
Exactly who else do you need to hear from?
A witness who, until now, has not been given a chance to speak in this court. Because he doesn't speak English.
You don't mean...
I do. The defense calls defendant Machi Tobaye to the stand.
What? But he doesn't speak English.
We'll use an interpreter.
Interpreter? I'm afraid you'll have to look elsewhere. I only speak a few phrases such as "I love you" and "Where is the toilet?"
hey, you gotta know where the can is.
The defense would like to request Lamoirir as the interpreter.
Lamoirir? But there's a possibility she's protecting the defendant.
But she'd be interpreting for the defendant. Why would she lie?
This is most unusual.
Bravo, Herr Forehead. Her judge, the prosecution agrees with the defense's request. If Lamoirir lies, I'll be able to tell. Even my limited knowledge of the language should be enough for that.
Well, if both prosecution and defense are for this, I see little cause for refusal.
Finally, some progress.
Bailiff, please show the defendant and Lamoirir to the witness stand.
All right, here we go.
I suppose there is a first time for everything. Shall we proceed? Your name to begin with, if you would, Lamoirir?
Yes. He says Machi Tobaye, the defendant.
This is certainly a first for this courtroom. Not that we really need an interpretation of that message in particular.
So far, so good.
Very well, Mr. Justice, if you would.
Huh? If I were what, Your Honor?
Would what? You called the defendant to the stand, did you not? What would you have him testify about?
What do I want him to testify about? I hadn't thought that far yet.
What would you like?
Hello.
What do you guys want to talk about?
Aren't you gonna ask him what he was about to tell us yesterday?
How can I if I don't know what he's saying?
Excuse me a moment, if I may speak.
Yes, Lamoirir?
Just now, Machi said that there is something about which he wishes to testify.
Machi wants to testify about something? What could it be?
What sort of testimony is he talking about?
Oh, one moment, please.
The suspense is killing me.
What?
What? What?
Well, Lamoirir?
According to Machi, he has proof of the incident.
Of his innocence.
Yeah, proof of his innocence. Yeah, because if it's proof of the incident, then he's guilty.
Not right.
What?
Cheeseburger.
This is a surprise.
Yahoo! Victory, Apollo. You did it.
Not
hold
yet.
on. on.
This is sounding too good to believe, and I know what that usually means.
Well, if that's true, then this is vital testimony. Machi, please testify to the court.
Very well.
All right, here we go. Time for a little witness testimony. Proof of innocence.
He says that the word of Mr. LeTouse's death came as a great shock. But if the killing truly followed the lyrics of my song, he could not have done it. He says that because the lyrics are in English, he does not understand them.
Stop it.
I'm detecting a lie of some sort.
I see. He wouldn't have understood the English lyrics to the song. That would prevent him from following them so closely.
I wonder what he meant by proof. Why? He would only have to ask Lamoirir to know the meaning of that song.
Lamoirir, did you ever explain the lyrics of that song to him?
I did tell him generally that what the song was about, but never in so much detail, and he never asked.
Has my oft-repeating warning already fled that forehead? Lamoirir might be protecting the witness.
Well, anyway, let us proceed with the cross-examination. Mr. Justice, if you would.
Yes, Your Honor. Something's hidden in that testimony. I know it. I'll just have to trust my bracelet to tell me where. It worked yesterday. It'll work today. All right. I think I know where to go. Cross-examination. Proof of innocence.
He says that the word of Mr. LeTouse's death came as a great shock.
We're just going to go to story mode.
Okay.
But if his killing truly followed the lyrics of my song, he could not have done it. He says that is because the lyrics are in English. He does not understand them.
Okay, looks like... Okay, time for the bracelet.
So we're going to proceed.
Look at his eyes.
He says that because the lyrics...
The twitch. Gotcha!
He does not understand.
Got his ass.
Machi, you can't fool my eyes. Huh? You glanced toward her the very moment Lamoirir said the word English. Why? And don't bother interpreting that. He understands me. Machi, tell the truth. You can understand English, can't you?
What are you saying? Of course he can't.
Must he continue this charade?
Mr. Justice, Machi says this. I know the word English.
Huh?
Before coming to this country, he heard me speaking English. He learned I have trouble seeing those orange words.
Yeah, he learned the name for this language.
He learned the name for this language.
What?
So,
Give me a break!
is that such an unusual word to understand? Do you not know Espanol, for instance?
Well, yeah, but...
I'm sorry, but he truly does not understand your English.
Well, then explain this! How does he know the crime followed the lyrics?
Have you always been such a suspicious-minded lad? It is simple. So simple it has hardly required an explanation. He read about it in the newspaper.
Well, if you read about it in the newspaper, I guarantee you it's in English. Because look, take a look at this. So...
I think you missed it. It's that one, the Virginia newspaper.
Yeah, now this article does not mention the lyrics of Lamoirir's ballad.
Right.
So, yeah.
The newspaper?
The Burgundian Daily Bugle. You can buy it in this country these days, you know? They have already begun to report about the case in our homeland.
I was right.
What is wrong, Mr. Regis? Your eyes, they are quite fierce all of a sudden.
Machi is lying. Maybe it's time to show them proof that he is lying. Take that! Not that. Well, I have here a Borginian newspaper, the Borginian Daily Bugle, as a matter of fact. Indeed, there is a feature article about the case. Could you read this for me, Machi? That's right. It doesn't mention the lyrics.
What? What is this all about?
I'm sorry, Machi. You couldn't have read about the lyrics in a Borginian newspaper.
Yeah, he's. What does this mean?
But I don't see how it is possible. Ah, I know. He must have heard the lyrics when the police were doing the questioning. Yes.
Not possible. The subject of the lyrics was not brought up in police questioning. I read the full report myself.
So the lyrics weren't in the newspaper and the police didn't mention them. The only place you could have heard them was in this courtroom. In English, no less.
The witness will explain herself, himself.
Machi says... He says...
Yes?
It is true. I read the newspaper. But this is not where I learned the lyrics. I was mistaken. Now I remember.
You remember?
He says he heard of the lyrics from me.
What?
What? Is this true, Lamoirir?
Yes, I'm afraid I had forgotten it myself.
Carlos?
Oh, sorry, it froze for a minute.
That's okay.
Then it looks like her forehead's been jumping to conclusions again.
It seems so, yes.
No! I was onto something! I know it! I can't let this chance slip away!
Time is an issue today. Mr. Justice, are you finished with the cross-examination?
What are you gonna do, Apollo?
If I'm gonna keep on cross-examining, I'd better have an angle of attack. Or else. Huh! My bracelet's still reacting. Your Honor, please allow me to continue.
If you must, you must. Very well. Witness?
I understand.
Okay, story mode time.
Wait, it was I. Go ahead.
No, you got it. It was I who explained that the crime followed the song.
Okay.
Let me see.
I think her throat's.
It was I who explained.
That. No. Go back. Let's listen to it again.
Yeah.
That was the crime following the song.
Here again. That twitch. Gotcha! It was I who explained? Really? Lamoirir? I'm currently cross-examining Machi. Why should you be uncertain?
Me? Uncertain?
Yes, you swallowed the very moment you told the court it was I who explained.
I see. There is a little point in trying to hide anything from you.
Lamoirir, are you indeed protecting someone?
That is not a question with a simple answer. To tell the truth, I do not believe it myself.
Then allow me to answer for you. Lamoirir, you're protecting...
Machi.
I don't know.
It has to be. Yeah, I mean...
Lamoirir, you are protecting Machi. That's why you lied and told us that you had explained how the crime followed the song. I don't fault you for trying to help, but this is not the way. Machi, I believe you didn't do it, really. I trust you. But you lied to us twice, and now you have Lamoirir lying on your behalf. If this is going to work, you have to trust me too. Your two lies cover a simple truth. You understand English. You have to.
There he goes. Screams in English. I could probably do Machi.
Okay.
Witness, is this true? Do you understand English? Yes, a little only. Oh, no. What? What?
First, he could see. Now he can talk. And you? Did not know about this, Lamoirir?
No, I did not. It is quite a surprise.
How many secrets is this witness hiding? This is last.
Machi, could you tell us what really happened?
No shooting. I did no shooting.
So you weren't in the dressing room when I heard those 2 gunshots, correct?
Early, the answer to that question isn't simple either.
I was in dressing room, behind desk. Manager, he on floor.
Which would be after the shooting, right?
Then there is voice.
Voice? Or voices? Was it you and Emma, Apollo?
So when Machi went into the dressing room, Mr. LeTouse had already been shot, and then we came to the door.
Panel high up. I take off. Run away, run away.
So it was you who escaped through that air vent.
As the prosecution has upheld all along, no less. The defendant has admitted to being at the scene. Might we take this as a confession?
Confession?
Not this. No, we're not. We're just getting started, pal.
Objection! No, he's clearly denied that he did it.
I know shooting. Manager on floor. Already on floor.
Objection! The victim had already been shot, you say? I find that hard to believe. The defendant understood the song lyrics. He was at the scene of the crime. This can only mean one thing. He is the shooter.
Does the defendant have anything to say to this?
He's clammed up, Apollo.
Then let's ask Mr. Justice. Will you require any further testimony from the witness?
Is that it? Is there nothing else I can get him to testify about? Wait. No, of course there is.
What is this cocoon, anyway?
The cocoon, the seal, is a potential cure. Potion cure, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
A cure? Well, Machi, are you a smuggler?
No.
He won't tell me.
Oh boy.
That cocoon has to have something to do with this. Machi, please tell us the truth for your own sake.
No more speak. Not to any of you.
So much for your precious trust, her forehead.
Hey, you were the one who didn't believe him.
Regardless, this brings up to an impasse.
It does seem that the defense and defendant are at odds. I doubt we are likely to learn anything more of value should this continue. I see no other course but to declare a 5-minute recess. The defense will work things out with the defendant so that we might proceed. Oh boy.
That took July 10th, 11:23 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 2.
Apollo Eustace.
That's justice. Better learn how to say it if you ever want to get some.
Believe I know shooting.
Machi claims Mr. LeTouse was already down on the ground when he entered the room.
Maybe it was a trap, and he walked right into it.
Suddenly, I hear a revolver. Close, very close. Then I hear a voice.
You heard gunshots?
Yes, it's true. I hear a revolver, but only sound.
Wait, you're saying you went into the dressing room and found Mr. LeTouse already dead, and then you heard shots? If that's true...
So you were at the scene of the crime when you heard those shots?
And you escaped through the air vent.
I know.
Huh? What do you know?
I know if I opening vent, I can leave stage and backstage.
So the vents went to both the stage and the backstage area? Is that what he means?
Hey, he's right. Look, Apollo.
Huh? Yeah, but how did you know it was connected like that?
Wait, but his father was the architect that designed the hall or something.
I hear this from magician.
Magician?
Ah, Graham Ray.
Oh. Don't look at me.
A magician, huh?
Well, at least we're clear on one thing. Machi didn't shoot Mr. LeTouse.
Yeah, but what does that leave us with? We're supposed to say he went into the room to find the body, and then he heard the shots. That one's gonna go over well in court. Not.
Apollo, you're his defense. You're supposed to believe whatever he says, even lies.
Nope,
not
that's
him.
not how it works.
That's what Daddy always told me.
I'll just pretend you misheard him every time. So, what do we do?
You're sure you won't testify, Machi?
No talking, no.
Well, it was worth a shot.
That cocoon.
I can't go home.
Can't go home.
I can't go home to Bagania. I do not want to go home. The penalty for taking a cocoon from Bagania is death.
That's right. It's punishable by death. Of course, he's scared. Oh well, I guess we'll just have to try a different approach.
That's the spirit, Apollo. So, what's your plan?
If Machi won't testify about it, we'll have to get someone else to testify.
Someone else?
I think we're out of time. Let's get back in there.
Right.
Okay.
So how else are we going to do this?
July 10th, 11:28 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 3.
Court is now back in session. Mr. Justice, have you sorted things out with the defendant?
Yes, Your Honor. We had a good talk.
Very well. So will he testify?
Your Honor, the defendant will not testify.
What?
Shame. And here I thought this was your big chance to turn the case around.
Actually, it is. The defense would like to approach this case from a different angle, Your Honor.
A different angle?
If Machi won't testify, then I know who will. I would like to cross-examine a witness in this case, Lamoirir.
Lamoirir?
Objection! What are you up to now? I thought we determined yesterday that Lamoirir's testimony was insubstantial. There is nothing you can...
Lamoirir was taken to the hospital yesterday with injuries.
What happened?
She was assaulted, Your Honor.
Assaulted?
Someone wanted Lamoirir dead. Thankfully, she was able to save herself.
What? I've heard no such report.
Prosecutor Gavin, why would anyone be out to kill Lamoirir? Can you think of a reason?
Well...
Think of how she is known in our country. A singer from overseas who doesn't speak English, yes? Yet someone tried to keep her mouth shut. Who could that have been?
You don't think?
I do. It was the same person who shot Mr. LeTouse. The killer was afraid of her, afraid of what she might say. The defense believes that something was hidden in her testimony yesterday. something that the killer doesn't want getting out. Cheeseburger.
So I am to understand that this is what you are saying. Namely, that there is a nugget of truth in Lamoir's testimony?
I could go for some nuggets.
Yeah.
A nugget we have yet to uncover.
Exactly.
Covered in barbecue sauce.
Good one.
If Lamoir was attacked, this has serious implications. Very well. There were some vague points in her testimony during yesterday's trial. Perhaps we did not inquire as deeply as we might have into some. The court will hear Lamoir's testimony once more.
All right, here we go.
Lamoir, I must apologize. We must ask you to stand again and speak.
You need no apology. I know that Machi is innocent. I will do all that I can until the court realizes this.
Let's review your testimony from yesterday. You told us you heard 2 gunshots and the shooter's voice through the window, and that the voice belonged to Darayn Crescend, yes?
That's correct.
Which points I proved she could not be correct. She couldn't have heard any of those things. The small window at the scene was closed, and was found to be quite soundproof.
You have nothing to say to that, Mr. Justice?
I don't know exactly what yet, but I do know there's something there.
There is, it seems, much you do not know.
And yet it is my duty to hear them out. Perhaps the witness would be so kind as to testify once more to the court.
Of course, Your Honor.
All right, time for a little witness testimony. What I heard.
What I felt, what I've known.
I was on my way from the stage to the backstage exit. That's when I heard them, Mr. LeTouse and the detective. I heard the faint sound of a gunshot and stopped. Then I heard another gunshot. There was a small smell of gunpowder. I knew I must tell someone, but I was in a hurry, so I kept moving past the small window.
Wait a second. No, that can't be right.
Because she stopped in because of her brooch. Pretty much the same as yesterday's testimony.
I'm sorry. I'm not used to speaking much in this language. Perhaps my descriptions are lacking in some way. Yet everything I have said here is truth.
Then it is my distant displeasure to say this. What you have said to have happened is impossible.
Do I have to repeat myself? Lamoir was attacked because of this testimony. What? Trucy?
Apollo, for a moment there, you're pretty cool.
Maybe I do better when I don't try to think ahead.
Very well, Mr. Justice. Perhaps you can coolly cross-examine the witness. All right, I know what statement I want to attack right now.
Cross-examination time, what I heard.
So, what? No, not this one. I don't want this one. I don't want this one. I don't want this one. I was in a hurry, so I kept moving past the small window. No, you didn't, because your brooch was left at the scene. Oh,
okay, let's see what story tells us then.
Smell of gunpowder, I knew I must tell someone, but... okay, I guess I was wrong.
Heard the faint sound of gunshot stopped, heard another gunshot. Heard them, Mr. LeTouse and the detective. Hold it!
Okay, so we're pressing.
Darayn Crescend?
I did not know his name at the time. But yes, it was him. The one who took the stand yesterday.
How many times do I need to remind you that's impossible? There is no way you could have heard him.
Because the window at the scene was closed? Is that why?
Of course.
Apollo, if we keep asking the same questions as yesterday, we won't get anywhere.
She's right. Maybe there's a different angle I could try.
What were they talking about?
Lamoirir, did you by any chance remember what they were saying to each other? If so, please tell us.
I've given it much reflection, but
I was afraid of this. She doesn't remember.
I only heard one phrase clearly.
A whole phrase?
You remember something that was said?
Why didn't you say anything yesterday?
Though my memory is clear, I was afraid to speak. You see, I do not understand what was said.
This could be it. The clue I've been waiting for. Well, what did he say?
It was the other man speaking, not Mr. LeTouse.
The shooter then. Darayn Crescend.
Well, what did he say?
It's over. Press the switch now.
Oh. He told him to press the switch for the cue for the guitar.
Oh, boy.
Switch? And the shooter said this to the victim, Mr. LeTouse?
I thought it was quite strange myself afterwards.
It is a mystery. What could it possibly mean? Mr. Justice, care to shed some light on this?
Sure. I'd be delighted. It's very, very vital. Maybe we could add that to the testimony.
Maybe, Apollo?
Press the switch now. Are you perhaps talking about this switch?
Objection! Press the switch. There's only one key that can unlock the mystery of those words.
Oh? Yet there was nothing at the scene that could be called a switch. Save the lights?
Although, hang on a second. This gives credence to the fact that Darayn Crescend was at the crime scene at the time.
Oh, boy. True, there wasn't a switch at the scene, but it just so happens I have a switch right here.
That certainly does look like a switch, doesn't it?
The problem is, this was found not at the scene of the crime, but on the stage.
The stage?
Where the concert was held, yes. This was found hidden there.
On the stage?
Are you claiming that the voice Lamoirir heard was of someone commanding another to press this switch?
It's a possibility.
Oh, her forehead. I'd call that an impossibility.
Why?
It's hardly necessary for me to remind the court of the layout of the concert forum. The stage is quite far from Lamoir's dressing room. Not to mention that the Gavinners were in the middle of a concert on said stage. We weren't known for being a quiet band.
Oh, but she was walking past. Oh, so she was walking past because she was backstage. This was after she. Oh, wow. Okay.
You should shout all you wanted and not be heard.
The detective's voice was loud, but clear, certainly not a shout.
So too have her forehead's cries have possibly fallen far short of being heard.
Sorry, but he wouldn't have needed to shout.
Excuse me?
You heard what I said, or do you need me to shout it out for you? It would have been quite simple to be heard on the stage from that dressing room. Oh, wait. You like evidence, don't you? How about this? Using this, it would be easy to get a message to someone on stage from the dressing room.
All together, everybody.
Take that! Prosecutor Gavin, perhaps you're familiar with this.
What? Why is that?
What? What is it? Is that some kind of newfangled phone they invented while I wasn't looking?
This is a type of transmitter, a communications device.
communications device?
From what I've heard, that night, everyone on stage was wearing one of these. Isn't that right, Prosecutor Gavin?
Yes, actually. They're for talking between band members. We all had one on.
So you admit that if you were wearing one of these, talking from the backstage to the stage would be simple.
Objection! True, but wait. Those send out an electronic signal. To avoid interference with the audio systems, their range is quite limited.
Lamoirir said that it was about 30 feet, right?
Look at this cross-section diagram of the concert forum.
Says Clavier.
Exactly. The walk from the stage to the backstage seems far, but the direct distance is less than 30 feet.
That can't be.
So, when Lamoirir heard the shooter's voice, he could have been talking to someone on stage.
Objection! Ha! You're claiming this is the switch in question? Why did it have to be on the stage at the time? It could be placed in a pocket and carried anywhere. Someone could have hid it on the stage after the fact.
Exactly.
Hey, he's got a point. How do we know where it was when she heard the voice? And the shooter said, press the switch.
Well, I guess we don't.
An unfortunate situation. I'm afraid that until we know where the switch was, there's little point in debating it.
Ugh. I was sure this was the way to go with this.
What is this switch anyway? We don't even know that basic fact.
Well, why don't I show you?
Wait a second. I do know what the switch is. And if you follow that train of logic to its incredible conclusion, it ends up in proof that completely changes this case.
What's up, Apollo? Apollo?
We know about the switch, right? We know what it is.
Yeah.
Well, think of when it was used that day. Think of what happened.
Well, Mr. Justice, if you have no further information to share concerning this switch...
Your Honor!
Yes, Mr. Justice?
I've been remiss in not telling the court this before. I know what this switch is.
Well, it seems the defense is set upon linking this switch to the case. Let's see your evidence of the link. What evidence do you have to explain what this switch is?
All together, everybody. Take that!
Yep, I wanted to be sure.
Prosecutor Gavin, you remember this?
That's that.
That what? Is it another one of those newfangled phones?
This is an igniter. What phone looks like this?
Igniter? You mean it's like a lighter?
Yes, actually.
You aren't saying this switch is a remote?
I am. This is a remote trigger for an igniter.
What?
Look, I'll show you.
Mr. Justice, you will cease and desist from burning down this courtroom.
Sorry, that was a bit more fire than I expected.
If my whiskers had caught on fire...
Prosecutor Gavin, let me repeat myself. This switch is a remote igniter trigger. Doesn't that suggest something to you?
You're talking about what happened to me, aren't you?
Exactly. That night at the concert, there was one unusual burst of flame. When your guitar caught fire in the middle of your performance.
Wasn't that part of the stage show, though?
Prosecutor Gavin was entirely unaware such a thing had been planned, and the guitar that burned was a valuable keepsake.
That's right. He got it in Virginia from Lamoirir. He said that the sound was amazing. Before it burned, of course. Now it just kind of smokes.
The better the guitar, the brighter it burns. Her forehead.
Yes?
Don't tell me you're trying to tie these two things together. Those being the shooter's voice, heard by Lamoirir, and the guitar suddenly catching on fire.
I am. It's really simple when you think about it.
Oh, it makes sense now. Anyway.
Mr. LeTouse and the shooter were at the crime scene. The shooter was wearing a headset. He ordered someone on stage to press the switch. The switch was pressed, and the guitar caught fire.
Well, that does seem to make sense. Though something about it is bugging me. Can't quite put my finger on it.
Really? It seems pretty simple to me.
Objection! Her forehead. Don't destroy what little respect I have for you. I was expecting something a little more sensible. I guess I was wrong.
What's this all about, Prosecutor Gavin?
His simple story simply makes no sense. Think. That night my guitar caught fire, yes? The cause may have been this indeed. However, the guitar caught fire during the second set.
That's right, of course.
The guitar caught fire during Lamoir's song. It's fine.
Indeed. Yet the shooting happened during the third set. The two are utterly unrelated.
Yes, that must have been what... Yes, that must have been what was bugging me. The whole premise for this is faulty.
See? His story makes no sense.
Objection! Are you sure about that?
Huh? What exactly do you mean, Mr. Justice?
Maybe it's not the premise for my explanation of the switch that's at fault. Maybe it's our premise for the entire case so far.
What premise is this specifically?
I'm glad you asked. I'm saying that maybe the killing didn't take place in the third act.
Objection! What's this? But Detective Emma Skye heard shots and found the body. All of this happened in the third act.
Objection! Gunshots rang out, and according to his testimony, Machi was in that dressing room at the time.
Where are you going with this, Mr. Justice?
Stay with me, Your Honor. He also told us this in his testimony, namely that the victim had already been shot. We all heard gunshots, but no one saw the shooting.
This is insane.
Just before the shooting took place, the shooter was heard on his headset, telling someone to press the switch. The next moment, Prosecutor Gavin's guitar burst into flame. We know that a remote-triggered igniter was inside the guitar. From all these facts, we can draw only one conclusion. The crime did not take place during the third act, but during the ballad performance, the second act.
What?
What? Order! Order! But that goes against the evidence.
What does, Your Honor?
This crime was carried out according to the lyrics of that song, yes?
Hey, he's right. Look. The bullet is supposed to come after the fire.
Yeah, I mean, well, but it could have come right after the fire.
You're thinking about it the wrong way.
Huh?
Look, why would the shooter craft the events of the day to follow the lyrics anyway? It's an awful lot of trouble to go through, with little merit for the person doing it.
Well, I'm sure whoever it was had some reason.
Yes, they did. A reason that made it advantageous to follow the lyrics.
You're saying the order was reversed on purpose?
Reversed, Prosecutor Gavin?
If the criminal followed the lyrics strictly, then yes. The shooting would have had to come after the guitar burst into flame. Yet her forehead has raised another possibility. He's claiming that the bullet came not after, but just before the fire.
Couldn't have put it better myself. We were only meant to think that the shooting came after the guitar burst into flame. That was the criminal's objective. The crime followed the lyrics to a point, but that was the ruse. Why else would the killer risk discovery by moving the body? That was the final touch to make us think he'd follow the lyrics the whole way. Cheeseburger.
Order! Order! That would explain this most unusual situation.
It does. The killer changed the order of the events to create himself an alibi. In other words, the killer was someone who had an alibi for the third set, but not the second.
Objection! I was hoping it wouldn't come to this, but sadly it has. Let me tell you why your little fairy tale makes no sense at all. Oh, it sounds good, I'll give you that. You've given us a reason why the killer bothered following the lyrics of my song. But I question your logic, for it's flawed from the very beginning.
Flawed?
Yes, a contradiction, her forehead. One I pointed out several times, no less. At the time of the crime, the small window at the scene was closed. How could Lamoirir have heard a voice through it?
Oh.
I know that you would like to divert our attention from this crucial fact, but you're basing your entire line of reasoning on a false premise.
Right. Lamoirir's testimony is my entire case. That voice she heard, the shooter's voice.
What if she couldn't hear the Paula?
Look, what do we have? A man saying press the switch. And near the crime scene, we have a switch, which acts as a remote trigger for an igniter. And last but not least, Prosecutor Gavin's flaming guitar. Can't all be coincidence, but how do I make it work?
I see a more direct line of questioning is required. When the crime scene was investigated, immediately after the crime, that window was closed. Care to tell us how Lamoirir heard the voice?
A key point to be sure.
Wait. Could she have heard that voice from another headset or so?
Oh, Mr.
I was
Justice.
thinking that.
Yeah. Mr. Justice, can you explain this to the court?
Okay, Justice. You've got one thing to prove and one thing only. Lamoirir heard a voice, and she heard it during the second set. Think. How was Lamoirir able to hear the voice?
She was somewhere else.
When we investigated the scene, the window was closed. The shooter had no reason to close it had it been open either, meaning it was impossible to hear the voice through that window.
It's good to hear you're making sense again. For a moment, I was afraid you might be a Borginian, too.
As I was saying, Lamoirir could not hear the voice through that window. So there can be only one explanation. She heard the voice from another location entirely.
What's this?
You do amuse me so. And here I thought you and Good Sense were back on speaking terms. Now I'm afraid you and Good Sense speak two entirely different languages. Shall I interpret for you, her forehead? Lamoirir clearly stated she heard the voice through that small window. And there is only one small window at the scene.
Are you sure? Think about it. Isn't there another small window at the scene?
There is.
I know that look. He wants us to ask him. Very well. You claim Lamoirir heard the voice from another location. Mr. Justice, show us where this location was.
Lamoirir heard the voice from here.
The air vent.
This is where Lamoirir heard that voice from.
But that's no small window, that's the air vent.
What did she tell us? She said she's a Virginian, unfamiliar with our language. It's not a stretch to imagine she called this air vent a small window.
Objection! Now you've done it. You've gone beyond ridiculous and into ludicrous.
We've reached ludicrous speed.
So Lamoirir was up in the ventilation system listening to this man's voice?
That's the only logical explanation, yes.
Logical? I do not think this word means what you think it means, her forehead.
Okay, what about it isn't logical?
It hardly merits saying. Why would Lamoirir be in the ventilation system? Hiding like a rat. No offense indeed to her, intended to her, of course.
The explanation for that is simple, Prosecutor Gavin. Isn't it, Lamoirir?
Here we go.
You have been listening to our discussion here, yes?
Yes. I admit it had me quite confused since yesterday. Yes, the small window was closed. But why should that mean I could not hear the rule? I fear our prosecutor might himself need an interpreter.
The problem here is words. Lamoirir, this small window through which you heard the voice, was it up high on the ceiling of the room? Not low on a wall?
Yes, it was up on the ceiling.
What?
Cheeseburger.
Order! Order! I will have order! Witness, you will clarify this statement to the court. Are you, in fact, saying that you were up above the ceiling of the room, and that's where you heard the moment of the crime?
Yes, in fact, I was. I'm sorry. I never imagined it would become such an important point.
Yes, well, why the heck were you up there?
Here we go, kids. I believe it's time for another testimony.
I'm not sure. I can't.
May I remind you, this is a murder trial. We will hear your testimony. Tell us why you witnessed the crime from above the ceiling of that room. Please.
Well, looks like I'm on the right track.
Oh boy. We're about to pull back the curtain, as they say.
Witness testimony time above the ceiling.
Yes, I was above the ceiling when I heard their voices. I had heard there was a small window before there. It was in the middle of my performance. I had no time to report what I heard. As to why I was there, I cannot say. I am bonded to secrecy on this matter.
Mm-hmm. So we can figure it out.
Yes.
But bound to secrecy?
In my line of work, no one has many obligations to uphold.
But you say you were in the middle of your performance. So this did happen during the second set.
I did not witness the crime. You must understand. I only know what I heard.
Yes, but you must tell us what you were doing in detail.
That's how she got from one platform.
That's what the cross-examination is for, huh? Her forehead?
Yep. Yeah, Misty's got it.
Uh-huh.
Our mission in this court is to discern the truth. No obligation, no binding pact may hinder that mission.
Very well. Mr. Justice, you may begin the cross-examination.
What are you gonna do, Apollo?
I'm going to find out the truth. She was up above that ceiling for a reason. I just have to get it out of her. Well, time for a little. All right, what does story mode tell us for time's sake? Statement number 1, above the ceiling when I heard the voice. Statement number 2.
There was a small window there before. It was in the middle of my performance. I had no time to report what I had heard. So why I was there, I cannot say. Hold it. I guarantee. Nope.
Oh, yeah? What about this?
The tape.
Objection! Lamoirir, truth be told, the reason for your presence above that ceiling is quite clear, especially when you consider what happened during your performance.
What happened?
Yes, it's all right here on this video.
Wraps itself around me.
Wraps itself around me, and now through the air I fly.
I like a bird, now disappear.
Yep.
Burning on in my heart, fire burn my love away.
Oh, hey, ow,
ow. Like a bullet of love, fire, take my life away, all away. Guitar, up together to the sky.
Yay!
Excellent performance.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, isn't he awesome?
As we can see, Lamoirir was clearly not on stage for her entire performance. Though it saddens me to be so realistic, Lamoirir is incapable of actually vanishing, let alone teleportation. So the only explanation is that she was hidden from view, and during that time, she moved to the back of the forum.
Apollo,
What, Trucy?
it's not nice to reveal a magician's secrets, and it's against the rules.
But I'm a lawyer. I'm not supposed to be nice.
This is all very fascinating, but how is it possible? There is only 20 seconds between when she disappears and reappears. She couldn't have moved that fast.
Well, you'd be amazed.
Is something wrong, Prosecutor Gavin?
This was his concert, his show. He knows how the illusion was performed.
Aha!
He's just realizing his own oversight. Let's look at the cross-section diagram again. Here, we can trace a route through the ceiling. It goes from the stage, through the backstage, to the rear of the forum. Recall Lamouirir's testimony from yesterday.
I was on my way from the stage to the backstage exit. There was something like a little window there. That's how I saw it.
How could she see it though? She's blind.
Right.
She went from the stage to the backstage exit. A perfect description of this route above the ceiling.
Lamoirir knew of this because of her part in the illusion, but she wasn't the only one who knew.
What?
Just now, in the lobby, Machi told me something.
I know if I open vent, I can leave stage and backstage.
Said that?
Oh, were you not informed, Prosecutor Gavin?
I knew about the vanishing act, of course. Yet I had no idea of the route that would be used. Why didn't that magician tell me?
What?
Magicians only reveal the details of their acts on a need-to-know basis. They're the bread and butter of a magician's life, you know.
Which is why he bound Lamoirir to secrecy. Well, Lamoirir?
I am impressed, Mr. Attorney. Mahi was right about you.
So, what does this mean? Are you saying you used this route above the ceiling?
I did.
Well, that's that. But I'm still a little confused.
Why's that, Your Honor?
As I said before, there was very little time between when she disappeared and when she reappeared. 20 seconds, tops. How could she do it so fast? Especially if she stopped to hear the shooter's voice.
That's a good question.
Good one indeed. Can the witness explain this to the court?
I cannot. That's part of the trick.
Very well. Mr. Justice,
Yes?
it's all up to you. Do your thing.
What thing, Your Honor?
You need to explain how Lamoirir was able to teleport like she did. Or I'm throwing your case out with the bathwater.
Ugh. Why do I get picked on? It's Lamoirir who isn't going along with the program here.
As I have stated before, I am not at liberty to speak of the illusion that might in detail.
Then you'll just have to tell us what you can. We'll hear your testimony on this. Mr. Justice, it will be your job to wring the truth out of her.
Yes, if you would please.
Right. I feel like a student before finals.
Good luck, Apollo.
Good luck indeed.
Jesus.
A little more witness,
Wring the truth out of her.
witness
All right.
testimony, the big illusion.
I followed the route exactly as I was instructed. There is an emergency exit in the background where the stagehands waited. From there, no one can enter the forum on the opposite side of the stage.
Well, one can enter, but yeah.
That's fine.
The plan was for me to move there in 2 minutes. I was on my way when I heard the voice.
2 minutes? Huh?
Right? How?
Yeah.
40, it was 20-something seconds.
Yeah. 2 minutes, you say? The mystery deepens.
I suppose it was too much to hope that the judge would come up with something.
As does my curiosity. Take it away, Mr. Justice.
Right, Your Honor. All I have to do is find the contradiction between what Lamoirir is saying and what we can see plainly in the video.
I figured it out already. I am a magician after all.
Well, tell me!
Not a chance. I can't reveal another magician's secrets. Come on.
Hey, you're supposed to be on my side here!
All right, what does story mode tell us? Though I mean, she's
Follow it exactly as instructed.
instructed. There's an emergency exit in the backstage where a stagehand waited. From there, one can enter the forum on the opposite side from the stage. Plan was for me to move there in 2 minutes.
Hold it! 2 minutes?
Yes, it can be done in one if you're running.
Running? In that cramped dark tunnel above the ceiling?
Mr. Attorney, have you forgotten? Dark or lit, it makes no difference to me.
That's true, but
So you're saying that on the night of the concert, you made the trip in 2 minutes?
Yes, though I nearly didn't make it in time. You see, I stopped halfway.
Lamoirir disappears on the video for 20 seconds, but she says she made the trip in 2 minutes. How?
If you want my professional opinion, I'll bet the answer is right there in that video.
Well, Mr. Justice, perhaps you have some evidence for us. Something that can explain the discrepancy between the video and her testimony.
Evidence explaining the discrepancy?
Present evidence.
There's one piece of evidence that explains the discrepancy between video and testimony.
And it could be either the soundboard or it could be... Oh, it's a
Take
brooch.
that!
Oh!
Lamoirir, do you happen to remember this brooch?
Aha, the brooch. We saw that yesterday, did we not?
It was found at the scene, Your Honor. It must have froze on him.
That's...
And you're bringing this up now. Why? I thought we have already determined when that was dropped.
So did I, but we hadn't. Take another look at the video. Wait a minute. Could it be that the brooch was gone?
brooch was missing.
Yeah, there's the brooch on her now.
Right.
Here, you can see she's wearing the brooch.
So she is.
Let's look a bit later.
Oh. What? The brooch! It's gone!
What?
Yes. The brooch disappeared in the short space of 20 seconds, and it takes a full minute to run from the stage to the backstage. Which means there can be only one explanation. The Lamoirir we see before the vanishing act and the Lamoirir we see after are two different people.
Oh! What? What?
The brooch was found on the floor at the crime scene, and not just on the floor, but on the floor directly beneath the air vent. Lamoirir, tell me, did you drop the brooch on your way from the stage to the backstage at the very moment you witnessed the crime?
Yes, I think I did.
Order! Order! Prosecutor Gavin!
From your expression, I gather you had no idea this was the case, Herr Judge. I, of course, knew about it.
What?
Don't get me wrong, I wasn't hiding it. It just never occurred to me that the switch and the shooting took place at the same time.
So, I was right? There was a switch?
It wasn't the... Oh... Now I get it. He didn't say, press the switch.
It was a pun. There was. Just before the stage's tower rose, Lamoirir was replaced.
While we're on the subject, just who was this replacement Lamoirir?
Why, the man behind the illusion. Valent Grammar.
Grammari, but that's fine.
It was Grammari? That's quite the illusion, but I still don't get one thing.
Yes.
The switch happened before the tower rose, correct? So you weren't on the stage. That's right. But this fake Lamoirir is still singing, and she's pretty good.
That's true.
Come on, Apollo. It's an easy one. They were just playing a recording.
The Gavinners aren't some kind of air guitar band, Fräulein.
Oh, you mean I'm wrong?
When we play a show live, we play live. No recordings. Perhaps you could explain, Lamoirir?
Very well.
Yes, do tell. And add it to your testimony.
I had to keep singing, even while I moved.
Hold it! You were singing?
Yes. Mr. Gavin expressed a dislike for the recordings. So I used this.
Oh.
That's how you heard the voice. Wait! So you were singing the whole time? Even when you were crawling above the ceiling toward the backstage?
That's
Why
dedication.
should it matter why I sing when everywhere I go is the same darkness?
What was that? What was that, Keyblade?
Oh, that's actually pretty professional.
Yeah.
Correct.
But if you were singing while you were walking...
That's right. Wouldn't the shooter and the victim have heard? She was singing right over their heads, after all.
That is right.
Are you sure?
You'd have to be pretty hard of hearing to miss someone singing in the ceiling.
Once again, we come back to the state of the crime of the
Scene.
scene of the crime.
What state?
I know what he means. That old speaker, Apollo.
The speaker? That speaker was blaring at the time of the murder.
Ah, that's for monitoring the stage from the roof.
Monitoring?
It's piped in real-time feed from the stage microphones. Useful for knowing when your set is coming up.
Oh.
Satisfied? That dressing room was fitted with a large speaker playing a direct feed from the stage. At my request, actually.
So Lamoirir singing in the ceiling sounded just like Lamoirir singing over the speaker.
Ingenious. Her voice was hidden by her voice.
What the twist?
What a twist.
Yes. Lamoirir?
I have just remembered something.
Do tell.
When I heard the noise, the gunshots, yes? It startled me, so I stopped singing.
Oh, we gotta listen to that. Oh, we gotta listen to that storyboard again. Can we
Play or something?
No, that's just guilty love.
No.
Never mind. What?
I forget the words I was supposed to sing.
The song stopped?
Thankfully, it was the very beginning of the second verse. So not many would notice.
Forehead! That mixing board I lent you? Where is it?
The mixing... Huh?
The machine, Apollo. The one that breaks music into tracks.
Oh, this! I completely forgotten about it.
Your instincts were right.
The guitar serenade.
Let's take a listen.
Sugar, sugar, oh, that night in your embrace, when you stole away the keys my heart held on to so tight.
Right there.
Pleasure,
Oh.
but a fleeting melody.
The song does stop there.
It does? I must have missed it.
Look at the lyric sheet at the top of the second verse. See where it says pleasure, pleasure? Now listen again.
When you stole away the keys my heart held onto so tight. Pleasure,
Aha.
but a fleeting melody.
This is evidence indeed. I believe we are guilty of making a terrible mistake.
The crime didn't happen during the third set. It happened during the second, during Lamoirir's ballad.
If that is true, then no one on stage during the second set could have been the shooter.
Which means that Darayn Crescend could have done it. He wasn't on stage for the second set. Well, Prosecutor Gavin?
Fascinating.
Huh?
I do believe I've ever seen a trial turned around quite so thoroughly. Yet one problem remains.
Yeah, the motive and the opportunity. What's that, Prosecutor Gavin?
Her forehead's theory does have a certain kind of logic to it. Yet it is entirely based upon Lamoir's testimony.
Yes? Is there a problem with this?
Well, it's quite simple, though it pains me to say it. What if she is lying to protect the defendant?
Objection! But you have no proof!
All I'm saying is that the truth is as yet unclear, until we hear directly from the man himself.
The man? You don't mean...
Yes. Though he is a friend and a band member, Darayn Crescend must take the stand. I see no other way.
As someone with a new perspective on the case,
As a suspect, to be frank.
Oh. Finally, the rat's coming out of his hole, and I'm ready to catch him. Darayn Crescend, get ready for justice.
this is as good a time as any to pause for a brief recess. The prosecution will summon the witness. Have him here and ready by the time we begin.
I'm the last man who needs to be reminded of what his duties are.
Very well. Court is adjourned for a 15-minute recess.
Well, this has to be the end of that. Yep.
To be continued. Okay, we're gonna have to end on this
Bug outta here.
cliffhanger. We're gonna have to bug out. So, yeah. Plus, it's getting late, and people, and you know, I've held you guys for 3 hours, and you guys have done absolutely tremendous. So first, we got to save because we never know.
You never know.
And then let's go back to intermission. So, tune in next time. Either we'll try to do it on Monday night, or on Monday night, and we could probably just do it for a shorter period of time because it's just one segment. Or, you know, I think that might be best to just conclude the episode on Monday, but let's confirm, and then I'll post on the website. So, once again, for Keyblade Sonic, who's not seen but has certainly been heard, for Madison, our newest voice actor, and for Misty Jin, I'm the Cannonball Alex Steele.
I am the Package Andrew Steele.
We are the Steele Brothers, and we are for real. Top guys out. Ciao.